gather round for the halftime chat. Old friends cracking jokes and talking stats. From life's little games to the greatest plays. Love and the stories from the old glory days. With Phyllis Hart and Coach's cheer, we break it down every moment, dear. Life is a team and we've got the plan. Sports, love, and laughter, that's who we am.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. The dynamic duo is back, and we're ready to bring you another episode 32 of the Halftime Coaching Adjustment Show. So really excited to be back. I appreciate everyone who's, been there tapping in with me. Coach, how you doing? Hey, take a step back and get refocused, refurbished, and refreshed and ready to rock and roll. So, but yeah, we're ready. We're back. We're ready. Excited. So, appreciate you guys in the chat already. Those who are tuning in, make sure everyone, you know the routine. Hit the like button. Share on all your social media platforms. Subscribe. As my man TP would say. And make sure you guys tap into the chat. Communicate and let's let ready to rock and roll. So and again, for all you guys that haven't subbed up, it's free. As I always say, if it's free, it's for me. So hey, there you go. It doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't cost you anything. So but here we go. So but I'm gonna check in with my brother right here. And how you doing today, Halftime?
Doing good.
That's good. And how's the family?
Family's doing good.
And for all those,
Mom's doing good right now. She's feeling better.
Okay.
Gets her chemo shot. She's down for like 2 days, and today seems like she's very up and very happy and laughing and all. Well, so I got a new channel, and we're gonna be me and her are gonna stream. We're gonna try me and her to stream tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a game that she likes. She's got me trying to learn. Mm-hmm. And she's just breaking my balls all day long over it. She goes, go do this, do that. Like, why don't I just give you the controller? You play.
Exactly. Here you go. Hey, hey, nothing better. Hey, she likes beating you anyway. So,
yeah, she just like she just abuses me.
Yeah,
abuses me, darn it. She abuses me.
Most women do, especially they like giving it to their husband that way. So yeah, I get it. So but again, everyone, thanks again for tapping in. Appreciate you guys. Got some good subjects to talk about, but let's tap into the chat. So what's up, Nick? As always, play that theme song. You love that theme song, brother. So and yes, we are back. Daniel Berry, thanks for tapping in, man. Really appreciate you always supporting us every step of the way. So, Arku, what is going on, brother? How are you, man? So,
good, Arku.
Appreciate you being here. Chad, you know how we do, bro. Yeah, clap, clap, smack, smack. So, there he is, the maestro. What is up, Mitch Kofsky? So, now I know some of you guys are trying to queue it up, but this is actually through my StreamYard, so I don't have those little elements. So I'm sorry, guys. So what's going on, El Capitan Rafael El Fucho? What's going on, brother?
We're gonna have to get you some of those things on your StreamYard.
Nah.
Come on, like jelly cake and all that. Come on. Come on, we got
that's a good one. That Chad would love that one. Jelly cake.
Yeah, see? That's what we gotta do. We gotta get you guys. You gotta get your little freaking catchphrases going on.
What's up, Mary? Thanks for tapping in, man. We appreciate you, man.
Good, sir.
Chad saying what's up to Vic. Leon, no matter your status, the heart today, remember this truth. God love you first. True indeed. His love is unconditional, faithful, and forever, and deeply loved today. Always happy Valentine's Day. Yeah. To those who celebrate, happy Valentine's Day. But I got a little rant in reference to that in a second. Um so peace and blessings always. And
Bless.
Merrick, thank you. So and Philly halftime coach, great afternoon. Same to you, Charles, man. Thank you for tapping
Charles
in,
is
brother.
in the building. You're the man, Charles.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you, dude.
Here you go. He said it best. Hit that like button. So there you go. So I said I was going to rant a little bit about Valentine's Day, and I do have it. And don't want to take away from those who do celebrate and enjoy it. You do embrace it, go full out, do you. You know, for me, it's always been an antagonistic type of holiday. And here's why. My birthday is the day before. So yesterday was my birthday. And all my life, I have been teased, abused in terms of Valentine's Day, no matter what. What, you couldn't wait one more day? What? And on top of that, those women that I was dating, sometimes they didn't want to. Oh no, we don't have to do for your birthday because Valentine's is the next day. So, wait a minute, it's my birthday. At least with your birthday, you know, I'm going to celebrate you. At least celebrate my birthday, and Valentine's will do so. No, you know, Valentine's. It's a woman's thing. You're the man. I'm not worrying about your birthday. Oh, okay. Okay. So, you know, just abuse me and totally shred my birthday because that's supposed to be my special day, right? But no, because my birthday is before Valentine's Day. Mm. But all the names, you know, oh, you're the big teddy bear, you're the love bear, all that stuff growing up. Imagine a kid, 13, 14, 15, getting teased because of Valentine's Day. Nah, man. I'm one of those ones who really don't like Valentine's Day. If I'm dating someone, I will do for her. But you know, if you ask me, nah, Valentine's is not for me. Don't get. I'll tell late. Don't give me a card. You know, my birthday is good enough. That's what I get. That's more important to me. Valentine's. You know, now. There's only one Valentine's gift that I really will never debate or fight down, and you can read between the lines where I'm going with that. Okay. The true real love doctor. Yeah, that part. Okay, yeah. I'll take that. But
Listen,
everything
the
else,
sexy lingerie, don't get me wrong.
yeah, exactly.
And putting on the sexy lingerie and having a little you and
Mhm,
her time. There you
mhm.
go.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. True adult entertainment. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. That part is good. But all that other stuff and
Getting
buying
freaky in
the
the bedroom. Let's
flowers,
go.
yeah, the flowers, the cakes, you know, and then, you know, you go out to dinner, you have to make special reservations. Sometimes you have to do it weeks, if not months in advance. Oh my gosh, come on. And then my
Red dress
birthday's
cake.
before, so, you know, already I'm going to be broke because I'm prepping for Valentine's Day, so I can't even do something special for, no, man. Y'all can have
This
Valentine's.
halftime don't even like it.
Yeah, I
She
know
don't
you.
even like Valentine's
Nah,
Day. She's like,
nah.
keep your money. Go
Mm-hmm.
out to dinner. We go out to dinner whenever we want to go out to dinner. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, I just started dating her. I want to go give her something for Valentine's. She goes, no, I don't like
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day. I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
waste of money. I think it's just a not needed holiday.
There was
I was like,
only
you're the one. I'm like, I ain't gotta
say
get you Valentine's
yeah.
gift.
Now
Dude,
there was one woman in my lifetime that I always did go all out for Valentine's. And the reason why also is because my birthday's on the 13th, hers was on the 19th. So we celebrated the whole time frame. That whole week, it was all celebration, everything. So, and that's my first wife, the mother of my children, my first true. Yeah, it was worth it for her. Any other female that I've ever, they would take. Not me. Not Coach Ed. So, all right, that's my rant. I'm done with it. So there you have it. So I know it's surprising this song being if I'm a day
I
before.
think
So
I think a lot of
Lou.
people are like that anymore, that they don't
Mhm.
like
Thank you,
Valentine's
Lou.
Day anymore.
Hmm. Exactly. So we're getting there. So wait a minute, y'all got the stream elements on here already? Okay, there you go. You got it with halftime. So you didn't do it with me. I do think it's stupid. Yeah, see, there's Mrs. Halftime. She said it. I didn't mind going all out for women who go out for me, but I haven't. Yeah, most of them are like that. They don't want to do for the men. So and I get it. You want your special day. To me, it's like it's your birthday. It's your
Yeah.
birthday. Let's celebrate. It's your birthday. Come on. But
Today's
Valentine's
your
Day.
birthday.
Yeah,
How
and
about you do
Valentine's Day is
you?
another money grab. To really be honest with you, because
That's all it is. They
the
they
can.
ranked up the prices on the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Flowers they would sell any other time, $10, $50.
The,
Candy
the
goes
exactly.
up $25 to $30 for a box of candy that should be like $7.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you know back and man, I went to the local CVS because that's where sometimes the cards the cards that were $1 back then were $5, and on the 11th the cards were $1. On my
Yeah,
birthday, they were prepping and they were up to $5. The
yeah,
little
crazy,
Russell
right?
little candy boxes that you always have, whether it's in the heart or the little yellow box or whatever, like you said, they were a couple bucks. Yeah, they were up to $20, $25. It's what? I'm like,
Yep.
okay, I get it. And then guess what? A couple of days after Valentine's Day, the prices go back down. Come
They're
on
on
now.
sale,
We're not.
50% off.
Yeah,
And it's like,
exactly.
and what it all matters is you say it's 50% off or 75% off. It's at the regular cost.
Exactly.
We're
Exactly.
not giving nobody a deal.
Thank you, Mrs. Halftime. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. If you don't go waste a few $100. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Nick. I really appreciate it. Glad to be back. So, and hey, yeah, it's missed. I missed. There are times I missed, but I had to take a break for a minute. Get refreshed and revitalized, and here I am. So, that's gonna. I'll be a guest on Mitch's morning show Monday. Talk. Okay, Nick. Definitely gonna tap in and see and be there to support you. But let's dive into the show today, and we're gonna start with the area, hockey, what's happening with the Flyers, Rangers, Devils, and who has the best chance of making the playoffs. Let me just go ahead and bring up the standings, and 'cause I have that all queued. And where is it? Where is it? Hockey, hockey, hockey. Here we go. So here we have the Eastern Conference. So, and in the metropolitan area where the locals are, Carolina's in first, Pittsburgh is in second, Islanders are in third, Blue Jackets, Capitals, and then the Flyers, Devils, and Rangers. Because when I took a look at it, and I remember earlier the Flyers and the Devils were, they were up there, and then I looked at it the other day, and I'm like, that's why I said, what happened? I mean, halftime,
We
talk to
went on a
me.
big ass losing streak after we beat the friggin' Avalanche, which is
Mm-hmm.
a great team. It should be a Stanley Cup team, maybe, but
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be deep in the playoffs. And after that, we just went on a losing streak. I think it was like 4 or 5 game losing streak. That hurt us.
Mm. Again, I'm baffled because I was expecting at least to get at minimum two of the four teams, local teams in the playoffs. I remember you were saying that the Flyers were making the playoffs, so I was expecting that. I thought the Devils were going to be the other one. The Rangers I heard were a little bit shaky, and the Islanders were like that borderline third team. So, and like I said, in literally
We
a
gotta
month.
make a move, coach.
Hmm.
We need an offense. We need a captain We need a center. We need a captain. We need a friggin' because he shouldn't have the C on his chest. We need a center that can actually win face-offs because we're bad at it.
Mm-hmm.
We need defensemen because can't get the puck out of our own zone, and we get beat up. Like we used to be the bullies, and we're not the bullies no more. The Flyers ain't the bullies no more
Mm.
because they were trying to go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not the way the Flyers. You're trying to be fast, but you're also trying to be big. You know what I mean? But the guys that they have big can't hit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of issues over there. It ain't. I know a lot of people want to just blame Rick Tocchet, but not just him. You got to see what Danny Briere does. You know, making moves, and he has to wake up and make moves. You need a goddamn backup goalie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot the Flyers have to do.
Chad says, Mr. Saffron, too bad we didn't have any silly string to spray on Philly to celebrate my belated birthday. That would have been funny, yeah. Let's do it hockey time. The Flyers suck. Halftime is officially joining Vic and Blaze and I Penguins fan base, right, Vic?
No, never. Never. That's like going to be a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Oh gosh.
Never.
Oh gosh.
Never will
Yes,
be a Penguins fan.
That's big. That's big. What do you know?
It is to me. It's like when I like being a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. I just can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What about the other local teams? Do you have any intel on what's happening with them? The Devils, the Islanders, or the Rangers?
Islanders are good. Islanders are a good team. Flyers still have a chance to make it in there, but it's slim.
Mm-hmm.
Slim pickings for the Flyers. They got to come up with some W's, not just a point going in overtime. They got to get more. They got to get wins, right? Yeah, from the jump street. They got to get the win instead of going overtime and lose it and saying, "Oh, we're going to point you to death." You got to get some wins with that.
Now, Nick says he's also
Flyers, but now the Flyers need. I believe the Flyers need the Islanders and the Blue Jackets to actually lose like 2 or 3 games to actually be in the playoffs.
Well, it looks like their point total, they're tied with the Blue Jackets.
And they need them to lose. Both teams, they need both teams to lose a couple of games, and the Flyers need to outright win.
Got you. Yeah, it looks like the Hurricanes are blowing everyone away with 78 points.
They're never going to catch them.
Yeah, and then
they're a good team.
You got the Penguins at 70, like I said, and with I'm sorry, I said the Tide. It's the Capital. I do apologize. The Flyers are 4 points behind the Blue Jackets and the Capital. So I see where you're coming from, and 9 behind
this year. Nobody really thought they were going to be as good as they are because they went younger, but they're a good team.
Now, Nick says that there's also a lack of depth with the Flyers.
Yes.
Okay. And that's where isn't there a like a trade deadline or something? Is that already happened?
Yeah, the trade deadline, I believe, is in March.
Okay.
I forget. It's somewhere in March. It's coming up.
Lou says the Flyers coach was doing fine early in the season, then the losing streak. Now all of a sudden he sucks. I don't even think you can evaluate the coach that fast. It's only between half a season. This is about the players,
right? Michkov is fucking doing horrible. Coach, you'll understand this. Michkov is not in game shape. In any sport, when you hear this player's not in game shape, it's over half the season, and this guy is not in game shape. Why in the hell is this guy's. Why is the coach supposed to? How does the coach put this guy on ice if he's not in game shape?
Mhm.
You're a coach. How do you do? How do you?
You
Just
don't. You
saying,
can't.
because
You
the
can't.
name on the back is more important than his. You can get. He
No.
can get hurt.
Well, it depends on how bad of shape he's in. If he's there's you can play your way into shape, which really means that you're really not that far. You're really not
Or
that
let's say
bad,
he's overweight and he
and
is
that's
not
and that's
his muscles are not built up ready. So like when you're on skates, your ankles got to be stronger. Your freaking legs got to be really strong to go through those minutes. You know what I
hmm
mean?
hmm
But
I mean that's the dilemma that coaches deal with. You know, when you have players, especially key players that you were looking to count on in the season, especially when they come in and they're, out of shape, especially in this day and age. Now, when I played, yes, you had your training camp, and those are when you really tried to work your way into shape before the season started. Now, guys are supposed to be training year round. And to your point, yeah, how do you come into camp out of shape? There really shouldn't be, to me, it's more of a mental aspect where you're just not committed. Whether you're ready to retire and you're only playing, because I do question that sometimes. Is it about that money? The guy just doesn't want to give up the check, and you're just going to go out there and try and um, play your way into shape. And that's where the borderline is, because look, especially when you have a good team, if you have a good team, you don't want to risk, really hurting your team, and then you're not in playoff position. So the players don't have depth, and they have young guys that are hitting the wall as the season goes on. Yeah, the rookie wall, or the second season, wall. Yeah, that's a tough one. And they do just for different reasons. Flyers need the team above them to lose games, which you just said. Trade line is a lot later than the NBA. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So it's set for Friday, March the 6th. So pretty much the beginning of next month. A lot of reports that Mishkov is very immature. Okay, see, there you go. Should have let halftime Google it.
why would I Google it when I just said it was in March? Damn it!
Yes.
What the fuck am
He
I
was
Googling?
touted in Russia as a star. He carries himself like a guy who thinks and he is a star already. Arrogance. Also, it's been reported he is lazy and the other players don't like playing with. And see, that's the thing, man. You're messing with the chemistry. All of that comes into play. So now it becomes is it addition by subtraction? Do you get rid of him? Can you get rid of him? Because right now, like I said, it sounds like you said, if he came into camp out of shape, and he's a veteran player, and he's supposed to be a star player, then why are you coming in out of
He's
shape?
still he's only been in the league for I think it's 2 years.
Oh, he's a young player. Okay, he's
He's a
still learning.
very young player, but he has the upside of being great. But when you already come out like I'm great and you're supposed to play me
Mm,
all the time and I'm not going to be in game shape. It's half the season and I'm still not in game shape. How
hmm
the hell are you? And like you're going to blame this on the coach?
No.
You're supposed to blame this on the coach that this guy is not in game shape.
Well,
Don't
when he
blame the player that's not in game shape. That he's not. If you put him on the ice, or you put him on the field, or you put him on the court, wherever, it's easier for them to get hurt. They're in
hmm
ACL, anything.
he's only 20. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He
I thought
should.
he was
Well,
21, but still.
let me. Are there any true veterans on the team that can grab him by the ear and pull him to the side? So it's a
Not this
young
day and
team.
age. Not no more. Not this day and
So
age.
So that's a problem right there. And you're going to continue to run into that problem because somebody needs to, or someone in his camp, when he's not, when in the off season, needs to pull him by his ear and sit him down and talk to him. Look, you are a professional athlete. This is how you're supposed to carry yourself during the off season. You should be training. You should
Yeah,
be prepped.
it's not like that anymore, coach. You can't talk to players because they're soft. It
No,
hurts
I
their
agree
feelings.
with you. What
It
I'm
hurts their
saying in
feelings. I mean, that's what it is. Like right now, everybody's putting it on the coach. These players, like you just said, need to have a powwow in the locker room. Doors locked. Coaches ain't allowed in. Nobody's allowed in but some of the players. And they gotta friggin' if they had to fight it out, duke it out, whatever they gotta do, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
What they gotta do to figure how to get this chemistry going because what is going on is not working.
He says, "Do you think he?" Well, I mean, we kind of just alluded to that. No, we don't think he should be traded because he's still young. So,
You don't
like,
trade him because he's still young,
and the
but
potential is there. So,
you had to figure out how to get through to this young guy.
I'm being
If
honest
it's
with you.
half the season and he's not, and what's it called? Now, if I go what they're all saying, how great he's going to be, which I never do it. You're gonna say
Mhm.
he's gonna be better, he's gonna be as good as Wayne Gretzky. Well,
Wow.
no, I'm not ever gonna put him in that category like some people already did. Because Wayne Gretzky, you didn't have to go and tap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you're not in game shape, so you can't play."
Hmm. 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 Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, personally speaking, if you have a young team, you need to find whether you trade for a veteran who's been in the league that can garner the respect and can at least talk to the kids in how to carry themselves and how to work and what they need to do because like you said, you're going to be playing yourself, and if you continue to lose, then you're building a culture or an environment of consistent losing, and before you know it, a losing streak, players are going to tap out, and you're going to continue that cycle, and as fans, you guys are going to be frustrated. Eventually you are going to say, fire the coach, fire the GM, get rid of these players, get it a clean straight, get it, strip it all the way down and start all over, and get you a veteran, because I always do believe you always need to have that one key veteran, even if he's not a key player. He gets you a little closing minutes in any sport, and this is any sport. That's what you need. When I coached, we had a guy like that, and he was legitimately, he's 2 years older than me, and he was
Right.
playing. Even now, till this day, he's in his 60s playing football. So a minor league semi-pro, but he's playing. But the level,
So if
uh,
he's in game shape and he's good at it,
but it's also more about his veteran leadership because teams want him on, because throughout all the leagues, he's well respected and players listen to him. So, and that's what I mean by young players who coming into any game. You want to have that veteran, yes, because they don't know everything. They're going to think they know everything. He's out there on the field with you. You see a 60-year-old man out there working out with you, playing with you. You start to oh well, he can't play. No, no, he's out here with me. In practice. If he does get in the game, he's taking those hard hits. So now their level of oh, he can't play well, they see he can play. So now their ears are opening, and that's what you need, that type of player. And I always believe that every team needs to have at least one of those types of guys. I'm not saying pay him top of the market value, but you know what? You need to have that veteran where the players are at least, when he stands up, the whole locker room gets quiet because everybody has to hear what he has to say and they listen to him. And that's what it sounds like the Flyers need. They need that type of a veteran who can, you know what, pull this guy to the side, sit down with him, after a game, pop a beer or something. Look, man, this is what you need to do. You're a veteran. You have all the talent in the world. Don't waste it. Seriously, don't waste it. Don't turn around and in 15 years you're looking back and you're what ifing it because you didn't do what you needed to do now to get your talent and to capitalize on your abilities as a player. So it's going to be intriguing. Now I'm back. We're going to be watching a little bit more because yeah, I'm intrigued to see what's happening with the Devils.
26
Hmm?
games or 23 games left
Okay.
in the season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. I think that's the number.
Okay.
Maybe it's more, but I think that's the roundabout number.
What's the normal games that you play in a season?
Huh?
How many games do they play in the
I think it was
season?
like 86.
Okay, 86. The Flyers have already played 71. Wait a minute, 86. Oh no, it's 25 and 20. 25 and 20. So they played. Oh no, they played. Wait a minute, is that?
Oh, it's 82 games.
They've played. Okay, the game plays. They played 56. So if it's 82, they have another 26 games to play.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There you go. They play 82 just like the NBA. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna be stay tapped in and we're gonna see what happens as we go along. So good talk there. They're on an Olympic break, right? Break now, obviously.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens as we go along. So now we're gonna go ahead and transition over to the baseball. And we're gonna talk about both the Yankees and the Phillies all season. Your head just went.
We gotta talk about the Phillies that didn't do a goddamn thing.
Oh, bro, I understand. So, let me see. We're gonna pull up.
You mean to tell me the Pirates are gonna do more than the Yankees and the fucking Phillies?
And here we go with the Phillies. These are their recent notable off-season dealings where they have free agents as Walker Buehler, as Castellanos we know is already gone, Max Kepler, and then they acquired Scherzer re-signed, CJ Riamalto re-signed,
Yeah.
Keller's you signed to a 2-year deal, Adalis Garcia 1 year, Jonathan Bolin was traded. You got a Kyle Buckus with the trade with the Diamondbacks, Zach Pop and Dylan Moore. Those are the deals that you have in terms of acquisitions and subtractions. Suarez to the Red Sox, Bader to the Giants, Strahan to trade with the Royals, Romano to the Angels, and Robinson retired. So out of these all these player moves, what do you think is who has the biggest impact to the team, whether positively or negatively? Whether it's the free agent.
Okay, losing.
Mm-hmm.
You're losing Ranger Suarez was a big blow. I get
Okay.
a lot of people are like, "Oh, he got injured, and he didn't have the same stuff that everybody's seen him having,
Mm-hmm.
and that went down." Losing Bader as your center fielder, which he's top notch, and you know you lost him for, Coach. Lost what the Phillies lost him for the same amount of money
Mm-hmm.
that they went and paid him. He just
Mm-hmm.
wanted the same amount of money. I think it was only $10 million, and you just let him walk. You could have got him a contract, 4 years, 3 years. For $10 million, he would have been okay with it. Like he wants $10 million a year, $10 million a year. Give him a $40 million contract. Give him 4 years. All he wanted. And you lost a great center fielder.
Yeah, I think Harris Bader played for the Yankees too. Yeah.
So we have lost in this offseason. Kyle Schwarber gets 5 years, right? It's $150 million, which I said we were going to overpay him, Coach, and we overpaid him. Everybody better hope that he hits 60 home runs, 200 RBIs, and it's like he's going to have like he had it last year. That never happens, but you know what happens, Coach?
Yeah.
1 year you play for your money, your contract,
Mm-hmm.
You get your contract, and the next year, your ass.
Agreed. It is always like that. You know, when they're playing for that money, you get the best out of them, and you know, just only sometimes the elite understand how to transit or carry that type of mentality. You know, after getting the money, but you know, standard players, yeah, you're right, and I understand where you're coming from with Schwarber. You know, because you did say it. You know, in a 5-year deal, you know, does sound like it is a long deal. You know, because he's how old is he again? He's like in early 30s, right?
Yeah, early 30s.
Yeah, so you know
Yeah, I think he's like, yeah, he's in the early 30s.
so you figure if he
And
30.
people don't like the JT Remuto one. You paid for his defense, not his bat. People are worried about his bat.
Mhm,
You paid him for his knowledge to know how to handle a pitcher. And you have a guy that is probably still the best pickoff guy in the league, best pickoff catcher in the league. I
mhm.
mean, that's why you signed a JT Remuto. That's why you needed to sign him back. He knows how to handle pitcher and
Yeah,
how to calm them down and put them in their zone.
that's always key. You know, you can go out through the course of all baseball. Any elite pitcher always had a very good, if not an elite catcher. You
Yes.
know, because he helped call the game. He can study the hitter. He knows what the hitter is doing. Don't forget some of the simplest things. He's right there in the box, and he can see where the batter is set up, so he knows how to attack him. And if you have a good scouting report, you know what his strengths and his weaknesses are. You can kind of feel how if he's leaning a little bit more on his back leg or on his front leg, you know, how you can, you know, really get him with certain pitches. So I agree with you there. You always need, you know, that elite catcher, you know, because that helps your pitcher, you know, because it's not just the pitcher just going up there and throwing the baseball. You need the catcher. One of the simplest things, framing a pitch. How many times have we seen you're like, no, that pitch is outside, but the catcher framed
It's
it
right on the
perfect.
line. It's right on the line. That's
Exactly.
because your catcher knows how the umpire behind
Mm-hmm.
you is calling a game.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, "Yo, put it here," and that's it. And he goes, "All right, we got him." Even though a
Now,
lot of people have said that was a ball, this catcher behind me thinks it's a strike,
mm-hmm.
and I'm using his eye,
Well,
and I'm moving the things around for this catcher. I mean, for the umpire too.
and, and
It's common how people are like, "Well, the catcher is not hitting." A lot of catchers don't hit.
no, it's very rare you have you. That's why when you do have a catcher that hit, you know, you know, they're put on a higher pedestal. You know, they're there for their defense and how they
Yes.
call the game and solidifying up the middle because you know there's always the catcher, the pitcher, the shortstop, and the second baseman and the center fielder. Those are your key players in baseball more than anything. So,
The catcher
um,
is also telling something when he gets in the stance, he's already telling the outfield to come in, to go out, to maybe he needs a shortstop to go over a little bit, and
mhm,
he's giving them signs for this.
mhm,
Catcher is running a lot of shit out there. People don't understand. He thinks just swinging a bat and catching a ball back there. There's a lot of movement because maybe you need a double play, and they're trying
mhm,
to get this guy to hit it to the shortstop so they can get to the
mhm,
double play.
mhm, mhm,
Catchers
mhm.
do a lot more than people think,
Yes,
and
they do.
JT's good at it. I'm glad to see
Exactly.
they got him back, but
Well, I have a question for you because with Bader being gone, is Garcia, is he good enough? Is he a center fielder? Can he?
no, he's going to be the right fielder. Crawford's going to be the center, the rookie. They're gonna bring up they brought up Crawford, and he's gonna be the center fielder.
So you're putting the center.
Garcia is done. I hate to say this. He's injury prone. Um, they're hoping his back, because our stadium is smaller, can
Mm-hmm.
actually, he can get the ball out of the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
Because our stadiums, I think, is the smallest, and so hopefully he can get the ball at a ballpark. But he's
Mm-hmm.
always hurt. He's injury prone.
Mm,
When you're injury prone the way he is, that's why you only paid him $10 million for 1 year
okay.
to see what he
See,
has left in the tank.
you're taking a flyer on him. I got you. But
Yeah,
see, now you just said they're paying him $10 million when you probably could have given that to Bader, right?
yeah, yeah.
And that's a veteran guy, so which makes no sense. So, and what's up, John Z? Thanks for tapping in, man. Appreciate you. Make sure you guys, everyone, make sure you guys hit the like button. If you haven't already done, subscribe. All the information is there in the description. You can tap into Halftime, myself, the Hardcore Sports Network, the Aboriginal Sports Network. We're streaming on all these platforms for you. So, bring you a great show. So make sure you guys tap in and hit the like button and sub up because it's free. If it's free, it's for me. That's that great saying. So there you go. So, well, there you have it in terms of the Phillies and for the Yankees. Oops, come on.
I don't even know what you guys did. Do you guys do anything?
We have Jake Cousins, who's a right-handed pitcher, who's a free agent, and here's our acquisitions: re-signed Cody Bellinger, Trent Grissom, re-signed, traded for Ryan Weathers. With the Marlins, Yarbrough re-signed for a year, Goldschmidt re-signed for a year, Rosario Blackburn re-signed, brought up signed Dijon off a league deal and a trade with the Rockies for Chavelli. And really what the Yankees are doing is pretty much running it back. That's really
Yeah,
what they're doing. They're running it back, and the key is going to be on some of the pitchers who were out. They're going to be out at the start of the season. But talking with NYG about this on Wednesday, when you really think about it, the Yankees were tied with the Blue Jays for the top position in the American League. So realistically, as much as we
yeah, but injuries
complain,
hurt you, right?
yes, injuries what really hurt, but we were still, and that's the thing. Think about that. The Blue Jays were number one in the American League, and the Yankees had the same exact record. So think about that. If the Yankees had won the series, then that's why the Blue Jays got the top record because they won the series head to head with the Yankees. If it was the other way around, the Yankees would have been the top team in the American League. So through all the injuries, and you're going to get Cole and a lot of the key pitchers who are going to be at the top end of your rotation, if you can get them back, right now I see why and understand. As much as I've given Cashman and Bone a lot of flack, especially with the analytics, really irks me. But when you sit down and I take my emotion out of it and I look at the facts, they're a good baseball team. They really are. And now are they at the Dodgers level right now? That's something for debate. But remember, the Blue Jays went toe to toe with the Dodgers. So
Right.
if the Yankees can get there, especially their pitching, if they can solidify their pitching, and you don't have those injuries that are devastating. If you have a little nick here or there, maybe you sit a guy for a game or two just to give him a break because it is a long season. You could be right back there competing for the American League, East. Now, the East is going to be tough because the Blue Jays are going to be tough. The Red Sox have stepped up their game. The Orioles have stepped up their game. And the Rays always seem, no matter what, they could be at the bottom of the division, but they always give the Yankees trouble. So, and the American League is not murderer's row outside of the AL East.
No.
I mean, you got Seattle, who's who's a good team. Houston, the cheaters. They're still a team that you got to respect.
Yep.
I mean, they, yes, are cool. What's up, Iman? Thanks for tapping in. Yes, they have fundamental issues. I agree with that. But even with all these issues, they're still one of the top teams in the American League. And if that's the case,
That's the only thing I thought hurt the Yankees. You had so many injuries.
yes. And that's the thing. If you can play through that, because Cole and I forgot who's the other one. One of their key starters. I think their number 3 starter. They're going to be out at the start of the season. But if you get them in, you work them in slowly towards the end of the season, because that's really what you need them for. And they kind of play the way they did. Now, Aaron Boone is going to be key to everything with the Yankees. And if you can get Stanton to give you a little bit of what he gave you last year, I mean, they have a good squad. They really do. Now as a Yankee fan, my expectation is championship or bust. I mean, thank you, George Steinbrenner. That's what you groomed us for as fans. 27 championships through the course of the Major League history. No one else is close. So, yes, our expectations, are a little bit out there as Yankees fans, but as a fan, that's what you want. You want your team competing for championships. And they have a squad that can, as long as, and the biggest thing is Judge. To me, Judge has
Always.
to, yes.
But you built a team around him, didn't you?
For the most part, yes. For the most part, the team really is built around him and Garrett Cole. So I mean, the pitching is always going to be key with the Yankees. They're starting and their bullpen. Who's going to be the closer? We don't have a Mariano Rivera. I'm sorry.
I trade bullpens with you.
Our bullpen is not as elite, is not as good as you think, man. It really isn't.
Coach, I bet yours is better than mine.
Okay, I'm not going to get into that, but
Look, hold on. At least we got Painter. I've been dying for this kid, but now I'm concerned because he just had Tommy John surgery. And last Iron Pig game he played, he didn't play all that good.
Okay, and see, that's the thing. So, the thing with the Yankees, the home runs, they key on the home runs. They want to hold home runs. But Bellinger is key. He's important to what they're trying to do. He helps with Aaron Judge and even Stanton. Like I said, the thing with Stanton now, Stanton can at least knock out and give you 30 to 40 home runs. Then that lineup becomes a little bit different. Bellinger, if he gives you 20-ish, I mean, you still have Jazz who can give you 15 to 20. So there is a lineup there that is like, okay. Goldschmidt coming back too. That's the one thing the Yankees don't do. They don't put the ball in play per se.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Sorry. As halftime always talks about, they don't do the small ball.
The Phillies don't play.
Yeah,
the Phillies don't have that. Arco was saying, put the ball in play. They don't have that hitter that can be. They can't just put the ball wherever they want. They don't have that guy. No, they don't have them guys.
Those errors are far and few. Tampa Bay.
That's that one. You went back in the day with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I like it because that's how it's a placement hitter.
And that's the problem with the
a placement hitter, and that you could put it in left field, where you're on the baseline, right on the foul line, and it's going to be good. And it's going to hit the wall, and you put anybody there. These guys are just swinging for the fence.
That's why we miss Derek Jeter, man. Derek Jeter was and he was a master at hitting away. He would hit the ball to left field. He would definitely hit the ball to left, and just like you said, down the line, which sets it up that sometimes he can push the two, and
I got a guy on first and I got a guy on second.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yes.
If you want to give me a home run, I'll take the home run.
Of course.
But guess what? I want the placement hit right there so I can get two guys in.
But here's the other thing, though. That placement hit in a situation like that can also put that hitter on second and maybe even third base. Now the pitcher still has to worry about another run coming in.
Right.
And then, you have the batter.
Because now you're getting in the pitcher's head.
Exactly. And they're going to make a mistake. And you know what? Even somebody who's not a home run. Exactly. He's someone who's not a true home run hitter gets a nice meatball, and there you go. Now you know what? instead of 3 runs, you got 4 runs. That's why sometimes putting the ball in play is so important, and
Yes,
and and and
you want to get in the pitcher's head. Like
exactly.
there's that's how if you're a batter, that's how you get in the pitcher's head. Anything
You
you throw at me, I can hit,
It's
but
also the defense. Don't forget,
I
because
can
sometimes
put it anywhere I want.
if you're moving the runners, and what's going to happen, the shortstop or the second baseman, they're going to be moving, and next thing you know, you put the ball right past them.
Yep.
Now they're going to be worrying about, in the future, man, do I have to delay just a little bit? And now you can't even get over to cover and get a ball that you normally would, because you delayed just a little bit, because you were worrying about what's going on, with the ball, with the base runners, just little things like that. So that's why I miss those days. But
Yep.
nowadays, it's all about the home run, exit velocity, and all that stuff. And I get it, and I understand. But you know what? I'm too much of a fundamentalist, man. I like the old
Doing
school.
two or working the count. I haven't
Yeah.
seen that with the Phillies either. Nobody knows how to work the count.
No, most teams, very few teams do that nowadays. So
They just swing for the fences, Arku.
yeah,
I'm telling you,
exactly.
I could park my car between the friggin' batter and the baseball, and I could park my car between both them motherfuckers. And that's how far. And they're swinging at that. They're not working a count. They swing at everything.
He says with Garcia, he said he forces his bat. So
Yeah,
that's not a
yeah,
good
but he's
sound.
always injured too.
Yeah.
That injury bug really bothers me.
You know what? That's all sports, man. And that's why, I get injuries, and I do,
Yeah,
and
but
sometimes
coach, if he's still has that injury thing, why bring him
Mhm.
here? Why would you bring somebody here injured when you had a center fielder healthy?
That's what I'm not going to argue with you
And
there.
you
I,
paid him the
the
same
same
amount of
amount of
money.
money. Yeah, I'm
You
with you.
just lost a great center fielder. That's all I'm saying. They just lost a great center fielder.
But what it sounds like, they wanted to play the young guy. That's why they let him go. Because you said it. They brought up the young guy.
They brought all the young guys up
Yeah.
because why, coach? Keeper.
They're the favorites, Chauncey, to win it all. I have to be honest, but we're going to see. And I will say this with the Yankees, it's going to be about their pitching, because if they can get their starting pitching down packed, and their starting pitcher can get through to 6 innings, where you're not heavily reliant on your bullpen, it really helps, especially with a Garrett Cole. We know what Garrett Cole is. He's an elite pitcher. He is. So, and we're going to see what happens. And let's be real. The other elephant in the room. What are the Pirates going to do with what's his name? I know he's a young pitcher, but if they're continuing and he says he wants out, what are you going to do?
Well,
Because
they're
that
putting
might
people around them now. So, I mean, they actually made moves and they're going to pay him.
okay.
They got to
Okay.
pay. They can't
It's
let him
it's
walk.
not about the matter of the pitch paying him. I'm saying if he feels that they're really not trying to win.
They will overpay. They got to overpay him. They can't let him walk. Vic will
Didn't
go nuts.
they do that with Garrett Cole when they let him go to the Astros? I'm
Yeah.
saying, I'm just saying. Look, if I, for baseball as a whole, I hope you're right. Because yeah, the big league teams, the Red Sox, the Phillies, the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, even a little bit of the Angels when they were winning, the big market teams. Yeah, it sucks when it's always those teams getting the money players. You do want the other teams to have those players, so you can have a little bit more parity across the full spectrum. But the other thing is the rules of the game. Right now, do I think the Dodgers can win it all again? Yes, I do. But again, it's going to come down to the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Red Sox, what each of those teams do come the playoff time, and how their lineups go through the whole season. And this is the first time in a long time, I'm going to be honest, I have been excited about seeing baseball and sitting down and watching a baseball game. And I'm going to be watching a few more games as I go along because I want to get back into it like I was when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, I mean, Dave Winfield, Reggie Jackson, Jesse Barfield. I mean, these are old school. A lot of you might not know who I'm talking about, but I loved it. This is even before Derek Jeter and the crew. You know, Don Mattingly is my all-time favorite Yankee, and I hated that he did not get a World Series ring.
Well, he was one of my favorite players,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated the Yankees because of him. So he's one of the reasons I hate the Yankees. So
yeah.
But like I got the Dodgers winning it all again.
Yeah.
They're spending the money. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. People get mad at them or jealous at them or whatever it is with them. If it was your team doing what the Dodgers are doing, you guys be like, hey, we're paying it. We're spending the money.
Mm-hmm.
We don't worry about the luxury tax. We worry about championship.
I will say this, though, in fairness to in the National League, because you said it earlier with Mitch, the Mets. The Mets also may be key in the National League.
No, they're going to be really, really good.
And they also may be able to play with the Dodgers. So if they do, and I'm intrigued.
Stay healthy.
Yeah, if they can stay healthy. And if Soto definitely doesn't start slow like he did last year.
Yes.
So he definitely, if he steps up, then it's going to be, and like I said, that's why I'm excited. I'm enthused with baseball right now. So, and I haven't been in a long time.
I'm excited, but I'm watching with baseball right now. I'm watching where, they're going to go on strike. You're watching the strike come quick because now they want to have a salary cap. You never had a salary cap. Are you telling the guy that you just paid $800 million to that you got to take a pay cut? Like, what is the salary cap going to be? And they can't do it in baseball because now you said all this time, salary cap, what you call it? Mike Smith and all, Pete Rose and everybody, all them guys back in the day got this price up here. And now here it is. Now you're saying, hey, now we want to save money. And that's crazy to me.
I'd love to really see these teams book, because don't forget, these, as Lou was saying, the cheap teams, the other cheap teams, they're making money hand over foot, even if they're losing, because of revenue sharing. Because the penalties they get to share in that, where the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Phillies, the Mets, they're the ones paying that tax. And that's where you're getting that money. They're making so much money that they can afford to do that. Now, if you put in a true salary cap, they're not going to be making that money. And guess what's going to happen? That revenue sharing is going to cease. And I really think they're going to bitch, and they're not going to allow that. I don't see them.
They can't allow it, because let's be honest. All right, if you win a World Series, you know how much money you make? So
Yes.
It's $6 billion.
Yes.
Now, for a guy that a team that comes under it, they make like $4 billion. That's shirts, that's everything from the World Series. And then you got whoever makes the playoffs, they're in the $1 billion, $2 billion. It goes down the line. The lowest money that you can make a year on a team is like, I think it went to 400,000. That I
400 million
for the worst team. If your team is not, if your salary ain't up to 400 million, you still made money for being the worst team in baseball.
I'm with you, bro. I all sports. I'm with you in everything. They're making money hand over foot.
So you're going to put them on salary. Now you're going to put a salary cap here. So what are you going to tell them? You're not going to make $6 billion during the World Series no more?
But the thing is, though, The issue is the revenue sharing off of those penalties, because like a team like Kansas City, okay, let's just say their revenue sharing clip is $200 million automatically, but not including what they go through the season, tickets, all that TV money, just from the penalties. They know they're getting $200 million from the league,
Yeah.
and not including TV money and everything. Bro, I would take that in a heartbeat. They don't. And now, if you put in a salary cap, a true hard salary cap, they're not getting that $200 million.
Right.
So that's where I'm like, I can't see them agreeing to a salary cap. They're gonna tell no.
I
Keep
mean,
the way it
you're
is.
not going to go and tell the worst team in baseball you're not going to be able to make any money.
Vic has a great point. But go ahead.
And I
finish
mean,
what you're
you're
saying.
just not
Mhm.
going to do it. And like, are you going to say that there's not going to be a luxury tax no more? That you're not allowed over?
But
That
that's why I
money-
said a hard cap. That's why I said a hard salary cap is like the NFL. It is what it is. So you can't go over. There is no, and so there's no penalty. So teams like the Yankees, the Phillies, the Mets, the Dodgers, they're not paying extra by saying, "Oh, we're going over." I'm saying, okay, the salary cap is, let's just say the salary cap is 200 million, and like Victor is saying here, there's a floor of 130, like they do in basketball. That means that these teams are going to have to spend their money and to be able to compete.
So
So
you should be able to. You should make everybody spend their money. I do agree with that.
yes, that's why I'm saying. But that also means those teams are not going to get the extra revenue sharing. To me, there's no revenue sharing if you go with that hard cap. In terms of
They're saying, hey, I'm still staying afloat. Whatever I make in my stadium is mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to live off of that. You know what I mean? So they still make the worst team in baseball is just saying, I'm still getting the 250 million plays for my players, and I got 75 million that is mine. You know what I mean? I'm not going to make my stadium better. I'm not going to make my facilities better for my players. I'm not going to do that stuff. And that's what they're doing, and they're getting away with it.
Exactly. And Lou, you're right. These owners are greedy. And look, let me look. I get business. We all get business, and that's the bottom line. We're in a capitalistic environment. They want to make the money. I don't begrudge somebody making the money, but the way you're going about it, it's like really, and like you said, you eventually try to do the opposite in society, where it's like, all it is about you filling your pockets and nobody else.
Yep.
It's like, do you not realize it's going to implode, and then eventually everyone is going to be hurting, even you as an owner? Because if nobody is spending, because all of a sudden, if fans as a whole stop spending money, stop watching the games, there's no TV money, there's no ticket sales, there's no concession stand, no parking, all of that. If that all dwindles away, then what you're doing? Then what are you doing? Having taxpayers pay for their stadium, and that's the other thing. Not having the states pay for the stadiums. Yeah, that's true. But
It's
see, now
the owner should pay for the stadium, because you know what?
Yes.
You're the one that wants the stadium.
Yeah,
Why does it got to go to the taxpayer?
I agree with
You're
you.
making billions of dollars. You win a World Series, buy your own fucking stadium at $6 billion. You know what you're saying? Is you don't want to pay that money to the people. You know what I mean?
No, they want. Yeah, they don't. They want the people to pay for the what you call it.
They
You
want-
don't,
they want
and
you
it's
to
a tax
pay.
write-off. Don't forget, there is
They
no
want
tax
$6
write-off.
billion, but they want the cheap. They want you to bow to them, and people do it, and they do it because
You're right,
know,
Lou.
the city don't want to see them go because how much revenue they make from it.
Ooh,
You
Victor's.
lose a stadium, like if you're in Philadelphia, you lose the Eagles, you lose the Phillies, you lose the Flyers, you lose the Sixers. You lose them.
Here's the other thing. Philadelphia has a lot of college sports that
Yes.
play there also. So you're losing that revenue also.
Yep. And the concerts.
And exactly. So,
So
you
you know how
know,
much money you're losing if you
mhm.
let a team go to somewhere else.
Phew, whew. Yes.
You're losing billions. And
Yes.
then you gotta remember, that's not coming around. You can't just go put any fucking team up there
No.
and you think you gotta rework it and try to get the fan base back there. So they gotta overpay. They gotta go pay for the freaking, you know, the the stadiums and
Mm.
all.
Right, Lou. Right, Lou. It's a lot of stuff is a scam. I don't begrudge an honest bit. No, exactly. I don't begrudge honest, but it's the ones that, like you said, are scamming and they're excessively greedy and they want control and the power. And I'm like, well, if because I've even said it to to some of the other teams I support. The only way you really get to these owners is if you stop supporting the team and collectively, not just a few of us. If collectively you stop, it's just like a strike. If the fans were to strike,
Yep.
do you know how panicky these owners would be? And don't
Yes.
forget the corporations that are in business in partnership with them, because now they're also not going to, because they're investing in these teams. So that's where it's like, the people really have to understand how much power you really have. But we just are so consumed with, we want our entertainment, because if we are not having our sports entertainment, then our life is, whatever, as opposed to, what, sometimes sit down and find something else, spend time with your family,
Yeah.
go out in the
It'll
park.
never happen. I mean,
No, we know that. We know
I
that.
mean, the sports are so big, it'll never happen where the fans say, we're going on strike. That'll never happen in a million years. You know why? And this is ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you away from all your problems.
Yeah, true.
It takes fans away from politics. Why? There's a lot of fans don't like politics. It takes it away from that freaking stupid shit. It takes things away from their problems. If you're having problems at work or wherever, that's why. I mean, I know how they're putting politics back in the friggin' sports, and I hate that.
But you're right, and now you're really even. That's why my fandom is so different, because my dumbass, I'll go on, turn on, look at the playbooks, look at film, watch. I get so much enjoyment out of something as simple as that, where the average fan is bored with it. Where I underneath my computer desk right now, I got stacks of playbooks right now where I can just pick up and I can sit down, notes, and so I get it. But the average fan, yes, you're stressed out. You want to watch the game so you can sit back and relax and root for your team. So
Right? They're
and
just trying to hide from the problem.
Lou, and you said that this is a great philosophy, and you're right. The rich ruin society because they think they're separate from all of us. But when
Yes.
society
They think
fails,
their shit
it
don't
fails
stink.
for everyone.
They think their shit don't stink. It's all right.
Exactly. But when it fails for everyone, then they're going to be panicking. So leagues are the same. No competition eventually kills. Yeah. It's a. I never looked at it that way. It's a Ponzi scheme. We play for the stadium, and they get all the profits. Just a way to get our money into the hands of the. Yeah, I never looked at it as a Ponzi scheme. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one. You want to leave Philly? Go ahead. You are leaving the most profitable sports. Hey. Now I think New York is the most profitable. Stop it.
No.
Yeah. No, seriously. Think about it though. New York, you have 2 football teams, you have 2 basketball teams, you have 2 professional baseball teams, you have 3 hockey
See,
teams.
that's where you're wrong at.
How?
Because your New York football team's in Jersey.
But it's still part. Well, wait a minute. South Jersey is technically part of Philly, just like North Jersey is part of New York. Stop! No, don't play double standard.
Bringing those taxes come here, baby.
Don't give me that double standard,
No,
man.
you're not allowed to have it.
Jersey is North Jersey, and that's part of New York. South Jersey is part of Philly. So it's the same way, bro. It's the same thing. So the most profitable is New York. Most of the businesses are here. The money businesses are here. So if you link up and going to Wall Street and you as a professional sports team, come on, man. I'm sorry. The most profitable.
They're gonna start fucking putting more football teams out here. Just watch.
I can't see it right now because a lot of the where are you going to put it?
I can see it. You know what I can see, Coach? Like another team in Pittsburgh, and having two teams in those states. Why? More money. More money for the
Pennsylvania already has two teams: the Eagles and the Steelers.
Yeah, but if they put another one deeper in Pittsburgh.
Weird that's gonna where at Lion Beaver Stadium.
Yeah,
I mean, because it does hold 100,000. So
yeah, like
now you're gonna take away.
Somewhere that far away.
But you're gonna take away from each of your fan bases, the Eagles and the Steelers.
That's what I think is coming.
I can't see Pennsylvania.
In my opinion, I think Roger Goodell and NFL want to spread this and make it so big.
But you're right. Now, if you tell me St. Louis, I agree with you there. Because St. Louis, remember, they had the Rams. They used to have the Cardinals.
They got rid of the Rams, and then you had Oakland.
St. Louis, Oakland. Well, Oakland is losing all their sports teams because they're real, other than the Warriors, because for some reason that area is just not profitable for some reason. I don't understand.
It's profitable. You know what ain't profitable? They don't know how to manage their money. They're bringing goddamn, their mayor don't know how to manage the money. He's trying to pocket it all and put it in his own damn pocket.
Yeah, Davis, yeah. I mean, we all do in some ways. So I know New York boys over there in terms of yeah, exactly. But again, I mean, we were just talking trash, But the most profitable are the big markets. Let's be real. I mean, basically,
they try to steal the goddamn Statue of Liberty. Damn it!
Statue of Liberty is in Jersey. Stop it, Statue of Liberty is in Jersey.
Yeah, but they always said it was in New York. I'm like, no, it ain't.
No, it's not. It's in New Jersey. It's been proven. It's in New Jersey.
Yes, but the problem is back in the day, what they say? It was New York.
I know it's New York, but that's the ideal that North Jersey is part of New York. Why do you think it's called the Tri-State? But then again, South Jersey is part of the Tri-State.
Damn it! You stole the Statue of Liberty.
Look, I'm Jersey. Stop it! Don't forget, I'm Jersey. I may have been born in New York, but I'm Jersey. 50 plus years. Think about it. I've been living in Jersey since 1970, so I'm Jersey. Okay. I'm through and through Jersey.
That's Jersey.
I'm probably the one fool who I wish the Jets and the Giants were called New Jersey. The New Jersey Giants and the New Jersey Jets. Then you could legitimately put a team into New York City. Imagine that. Imagine
that ain't happen. That'll never happen.
No, if you do that, I think it would really
hurt the
NFL.
I think that would hurt.
Yeah, it would. I
think that would hurt the NFL.
Yeah, it would, because it would hurt. The economics would be there, but I don't think the rest of the league would want that. Right. But New York and be more a more transient city where our people from Philly tend to be from here. No, Lou, I know a lot of people in South Jersey who are Philadelphia sports fans. My dad lives down there.
I'm South Jersey.
I mean, South Jersey. A lot of the players
from the Walt Whitman Bridge. Born and raised a Philly fan.
A lot of the players, though, where do they live sometimes? In Jersey.
A lot of them live in Jersey. Yeah, and you know where the players live? In South Jersey.
Yeah, so I get it. I get it. I mean, my ex-wife lives down there, so I learned a lot about it. So it's just like,
even the football players, basketball players, most of them live in South Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Jersey is a real place. Stop it, Lou. Stop it. It's the most heavily dense state in the country. Think about that. Now, the benefit is we have multiple professional sports teams that we can root for. But, I mean, you remember the Nets were technically in New Jersey for the longest while until they moved to Brooklyn. And they only moved to Brooklyn because of economics. That's it. Otherwise, they'd still be playing in the Meadowlands.
Yep.
So, Jersey is a real place. Now, if you want to say Philly and New York is not a real place, okay, fine, whatever. You could say that. Jersey is real, man. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud to be from Jersey and be a Jersey. So
when you meet a freaking Jersey person and you meet somebody else, they're like, you ain't right. You just ain't right. Where are you from? I was in Florida, and I was I was fishing with my brother, and we about to work on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Lived in Florida. Said, yo, what you all about to do? We're going to go on the beach and go fishing. He turned on his fucking high beams. Fucking like 900 fucking alligators there. He goes, really? You gotta walk down them steps and go play with them guys? I'm like, guess we can't go fishing here. They're like, where are you from? Jersey? Like, never mind, dude. He goes, yeah. Go back where you came from. What the hell is wrong with you?
Exactly. So it didn't want to come to Camden except for the practice facility. Yeah, the biggest sports market are Philly, New York, Boston, Chicago. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, to be honest with you, they really can support multiple teams in each of them. I mean, in each sport. Let's be real. But the rest of the country would suffer. That's really what it boils down to.
You know why some of these teams hurt though? Is because of the news.
Yes.
There's not enough news media. There's not enough news media for the Atlanta Falcons, for the Panthers, in them areas.
Atlanta is one that does well, to be honest with you, because it is while it's not at the level of New York and Philly and Boston, it is a metropolis. My family is down here, so
but it should be bigger than it is. What I mean, like if the news media was bigger in sports all the way around, like New Jersey, New York, and that's what hurts some of these teams.
True. Look, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, places like Alabama, Nebraska, Iowa will not, in my opinion, this is my opinion. I don't have any facts. It's just my opinion and feeling. This is why college does well there. I don't think pro sports would do well there because they're so ingrained and consumed with the college sport. They're not going to support the NFL to the same magnitude as the college game.
Right.
And it's what they've had for years. It's kind of why, look, I'm a Rutgers Scarlet Knight fan. One of the issues that the Scarlet Knights deal with, they have multiple, and I'm not just talking about two. You got New York, and then you got Philly to the south, where Rutgers is located in central New Jersey. They're literally 45 minutes from New York, an hour and 15 minutes from Philly.
Yeah.
So in terms of media coverage, unless something big happens, then the New York and Philly markets come into play in terms of media coverage. But overall, on a consistent basis, no, they won't. Now, teams out there in the South and places like that, no, Alabama will not do well.
I agree with you on that. I don't think like having an NFL football stadium in Alabama.
Yeah,
I don't think it survived because how big the college is.
Okay, Lou, I got you. Okay. Yeah. In that's the thing. So I mean,
I was raised in Philly. Damn it, I wasn't born in Philly, but I was raised there. My grandma lived there.
Well, yes, it does. It has other populations, but New York in itself, New York City alone is, I mean, what is it, 7-8 million people just in the city, in the boroughs?
Yeah.
And that's not including Long Island and Staten Island.
Yeah, you're not talking about, you're not talking about
I mean, so.
It's a matter of fact, New York's overpopulated.
Yeah.
That's why they have buses and fucking trains.
Mm-hmm.
But they take more than cars. Dude, you gotta
Mm-hmm.
in New York, you got to pay to park your car on the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You just can't pay park your car anywhere.
Look, Jay. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. Some people are. Well, I mean, look, New York fans are all over, man. I'm gonna be brutally honest. I think New York has every a fan of every sports team in the country. Seriously. I mean, now some are, of course, some are bigger than others. You know, that's normal. But you can find, like I said, I'm a Rutgers fan in the Big Ten. I've seen fans from Purdue living in this area. Purdue in Lafayette, Indiana. You wouldn't have expected it, but yeah. So
There's
yeah,
fans
there's
all over the place.
yeah,
I
Celtics.
mean, I seen there's fans like you know, you're
Vic,
a
what are you
fan
trying
of
to?
certain
Okay,
people that are like the Warriors or something. I'm like,
yeah.
why? Like,
Yeah, we say why because of where we're at, but I understand. And
but
here's
then
the
again, I
reason.
understand. I get it. I mean, I get
Yeah,
it.
don't forget the Warriors technically weren't in Philly too
Yeah,
back in the day before they moved out
but
west.
these are
So
young.
that
These are
yeah, I
young
know, I know,
kids.
I
They
know,
don't
I
even
know, I
know.
know.
They didn't even
Yeah,
know that existed.
yeah, no, I know, but that we know why they're Warriors fans because of Steph. We know
I
what
got
he's
a
about.
question.
So
Why I can't?
can it support? What are you trying to be, the fish that saved Pittsburgh? So Blaze would love that. So but honestly, do I think they could? Yeah, they probably could.
Well,
They
it's
probably
big
could.
enough.
So
It's big enough.
you
It would
have
help.
the
It would help
mm,
Philadelphia and Pittsburgh would fucking
yeah,
have to.
but you also probably have some fans who are there who, because Pittsburgh is so close to Cleveland, which I know a lot of them don't want to admit it, but you probably have some Cleveland fans there too. So
Right. So when you go into deep into Pittsburgh, probably the Cavalier fan, right?
yeah, the most. I mean, most true Pittsburgh fans don't want to mess with Cleveland, but you'll have a few in there. That's why you have more Pittsburgh fans who are Sixers fans because they'll say it represents Pennsylvania and it's part of the state. That's Ohio, and they don't like the Browns anyway. So you just throw it over to the Cavaliers also. So um, I don't know, Lou. I really don't know why they never really had an NBA team. So who said earlier they had a basketball team, but who was it? Oh, it was you. I didn't know they had an NBA team. So I'd have to do my research. I think those folks going to see the college teams as part of their community. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So what's up, Ron? Thanks for tapping in. Make sure you hit the like button, brother. We appreciate you. I mean, no, Lou, I don't take it negatively, bro. You're good. That's why I love this conversation. I love the debate.
Yeah,
Keep
we're
it
just
going. You're
talking sports.
good.
That's what we love about.
You guys are part of this show too, so throw it out there. So
You guys make the channel happen. I love all of
exactly. So Rick says we hate Cleveland.
it.
So there you go. Coach isn't halftime to go. I know
I
that's your
wish I
hat.
was.
That's
I
your
ain't the
goat.
goat though.
So, hey, I do love the goat. Put some little curry on it and get some potatoes and some rice.
Yeah,
So, but yeah,
good tasting.
but yeah,
Good
especially when you
taste.
cook it right. Yeah, some good curry goat. Rastaman, you're taking me there. No,
Yeah.
let me stop. Let me stop. So let's get to the question of the day. So, so go ahead. The question of the day is: do you have any guilty pleasures? If so, what are they? So,
I'm gonna let you
again.
go first.
Well, of course, we all, people have their vices, guilty pleasures. That's really what I'm talking about. And it could be anything. I know, look, one of my guilty pleasures is I love to eat. I love to cook and eat. I don't say I'm the sexiest fat man in the world for a reason. I mean, look, I know right now I got to lose some of this right here, but I mean, I love my big belly. It's not just the beer belly. There's a lot of food in here. So, that's one of mine. There is some adult entertainment that I enjoy. Hey, I can, and I've been doing that, going back to when I was a little teenager and, used to hide stuff under my bed. So, but yeah, again, seriously, the main point is, what are they? Because sometimes guilty pleasures, I know they're not always right to some people. They feel that it's not right. And just to read the definition, just so you get a general idea, a guilty pleasure is something such as an activity or a piece of media that one enjoys despite understanding that it is not generally held in high regard or is seen as unusual. So, example, a person may secretly enjoy a film while acknowledging that the film is poorly made or generally regarded unfavorably. So again, there's many different ways we can go with this. So, but I gave you a couple of mine, my guilty pleasures. Yeah, when I engage with ladies and I talk with ladies and I gain a little interest, there's certain physical features I'm checking out. Yeah, I am. It gives me a little guilty pleasure. But I put myself out there. Okay, what's some of yours? Okay, so there you go. So let's see. I should be real. I just hate Ohio. Okay, there you go. I got you. Guilty pleasure is definitely going to be Makito to eat sushi.
No. I definitely ain't eating no goddamn sushi. They gotta cook that shit. That was raw.
Well, there's the California. See, and my granddaughter has me eating that. That's fine. So, but again, getting back to the question of the day.
All right, question
Denmark is down. Okay, they're down 2-1 to Denmark. Okay, we're now into the question of the day. What's up, Leave? Thanks for tapping in, bro. Appreciate you. He's like, whoa, what? But yeah, what's
all right? Guilty pleasure of the day. Well, I'm fat. I like to eat.
See,
I like to eat a lot, and guilty pleasure of the day. Construction guy like me. All right, you get in those bad moods.
Mm-hmm.
But when your woman sends you a titty pic, that's my guilty pleasure. Makes you happy, makes you smile. This is why you can't put on this on me, Coach.
I didn't put it on you. I put it on me. No, I didn't.
This is where it goes to my head. It goes like my guilty pleasures, and then you got people like want to check out your phone. You can't check my phone out.
Exactly.
Stay away from my phone.
Look, this stuff. If you went into my phone,
you're right
on with you.
I put my phone. My phone, you'll be like, oh my God, this guy is wrong.
You a typical guy. You just like me, bro. I got stuff on you too.
When you're a woman, take the time of day, and you've been working hard and breaking your ass, and it happens, puts a smile on your face, dude.
Exactly.
It's like, wow, she thought about me.
Exactly.
She knows what I'll think of.
Exactly.
It ain't like, hey,
what's up,
I'm
Philly?
gonna cook you this.
Half times goes Wawa pizza. See, again.
I ain't gonna like no Wawa pizza. How's that?
Ooh, Lou, that's a good
chili
one.
Cheese dogs
Chili
are good
cheese.
though.
Ooh,
I love good chili cheese dogs.
Leaf's like, what? What a good. Exactly.
Titty pic.
There you go, Lou.
Man, listen, a good titty pic will make a grown man love everything, and they'll be in the greatest mood ever.
Look, you like that? I'm like Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby got back. All right, so
you got back too. You so back. But I'm thinking on me, you see you can see a little bit of back or titty pic makes a grown man smile.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And Darth, that's a different one. I get it too, because I do love Prince. I do love Prince, and that is a guilty pleasure, and you play it over and over again. So you missed all of it. So there you go. Hey Vic, we all do, bro. We love to eat.
We all eat too much. Dude, you go to your doctor. What does he always tell you? You're overweight. You're like, dude,
Yep.
I'm not overweight. Oh, damn, you're overweight.
Look. Last night, my daughters came over to cook me dinner for my birthday, and they went into the freezer and they're like, "Damn, Dad, there's no room in your freezer." I said, "What did you expect?" I'm like, and they're like, "But you're by yourself." And I'm like, I said, "Your dad loved to eat. Look how big he is." Dad, that's not healthy. I've been like this all my life. I've been big since I was 4 years old. You think I'm going to stop? And I'm 59 now. So 55 years. Kamala, the Ugandan giant, ain't got a stomach like me. So there you go. So, Jay has a good one. Video games. So, I mean, yeah, that's a good one. Hey, look. So there's a lot of y'all that are guilty there. That's a guilty pleasure.
Yes.
I'll play that video games. Hey, look, I said it earlier too. Sitting down and breaking down football plays. I had a friend who didn't go anywhere, and she said to me, "There's more to life than football, Ed." And first of all, the look I gave her said, "Child, if you don't get away from me with that stupid statement, But I get what she's saying. But yeah, with me, football, that is a guilty pleasure. Hours upon hours watching film. I'm doing it now. College film, the NFL film, looking at plays. Man, if y'all go to my,
you don't even ask Miss Halftime. What do I love more, sports or her?
I'm not answering that.
I'm telling you, she's there telling me you love fucking sports more than you love me.
Well, you know what? In fairness, I've had women who said, "Look, I've had a woman said she's not going to do."
Dude, gotta get a good titty pic.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say some of the action pictures that I have in my phone that I have taken from some site because it. But getting back to what I was saying, I had a woman who said to me she can't date me because my wife is football and she's not competing with my wife. Okay. But yeah.
Look what Miss Anton put.
Halftime, you couldn't just make something. Wait a minute, where is it? Coach, Halftime knows I got a hot dog roller at home. Bro, too bad we ain't good. No, I don't eat pork, Nick. So now, if you want to say beef ribs, yeah, I'll eat beef ribs, but not baby back. Halftime will never make anything up, Nick. Yeah. So
I'm telling you, it make a grown man smile.
Halftime is going to put Miss Halftime is going to put you in a timeout chair. Okay. And a big number. Thank you, Leaf. There you go. What did BBD say? Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Yeah, exactly. Jay, yeah, they would be considered to a lot of people. How many females sometimes would come in? You playing that game? Get off the game. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on. Here you go. Halftime. Pepsi. Hey, that's a guilty pleasure.
I'm trying to get friggin'. I'm trying to get them to friggin'.
I'm surprised nobody said beer, or liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I had all my
see, what do you say? I'm playing a video game right now.
Playing a video game right now. Yeah, people don't like. I drank so much when I was a kid. I only have to drink now.
Look, bro. Look, I went to a party one time. They told me to bring the beer. I brought 2 kegs, and I told them, I said, that keg is for y'all. This is for me. And I drank the whole damn keg. You damn right I drank the whole damn keg by myself. I ain't sharing.
Don't share.
And thank you, Leaf. Appreciate you. So people need to get on that jab. See, there you go. There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that Purple Rain. I'm sorry. The Wind Does Cry. So I mean, Purple Rain, Prince, whatever. So I ain't guilty about nothing I do. Ain't no shame in my game. I ain't mad at you, Lee. I ain't mad at you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I keep it real. I'll tell you exactly how I feel.
Chad, come on, bro. He's like, I'll play for an hour. If I'm getting my butt kicked, I'm off the game. He's a spoiled loser. Okay. He said it's not guilty, it's just pleasure.
Yep. I guilty is a pleasure.
Football. Yeah, sports, sports is the guilty pleasure. So, it's not
No,
just
see,
it's
now
football.
it's not just football. It's just
Yes, Halftime, you do go too far. So you guys are really
told you. That is lighting it up. Coach froze.
That's true. That is true, Lou. I mean, and you know what? I don't let him I mean, hey, whatever. I play my game. I play football. I deal with football. I'm a football coach. You met me. I was a football coach. That's what you got to deal with. Either you would deal with it or not. And I like adult entertainment. I like watching some of the videos, and I'll tell you straight up. And you either like it or you deal with me or you don't. It's my as we've said, it's my pleasure. It's my guilty pleasure. So yeah, it takes them an hour.
I just think I go dark, man.
He does love sports more than this is halftime. So y'all are killing it today. Wait, what you say, Coach? She shouldn't date you because what? Oh, she said she couldn't date me because she felt football was my wife. And I'm like, okay. Because trust me, my kids will tell you. I mean, after they lost their mother and then I was just their only parent, you know what? They used to come to practice with me because they were younger, do homework, whatever, going to football practice, going to games. We went down to Miami, to Homestead to a bowl tournament with one of the teams. And my daughters were right there with me, and look, they used to have crushes on some of the guys on the team. They're like, Daddy, he's cute. Excuse me? They're grown men. You guys are teenagers and younger. But, my point being, we were traveling as a family. I was dating a female. She loved football and she loved the team I was coaching. So, and she was radical. So she was perfect. So, yeah, bro. And someone really don't like men to have hobbies. True. They want them to be so obsessed with them and invest in them and put them on the pedestal and kiss their feet. And nah, baby, it ain't happening here. It ain't happening here. There's certain things you get away with, but when it comes to sports, you can't deal with it.
That's what I say to my wife. Yo, you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Leave me in the sports alone.
Exactly. And I'll tell them the same thing. Don't let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord split you. That's all I can say, man. Because when it comes to sports,
if one woman tells you you can't allowed to watch sports anymore, you might want to think about that one.
Yeah, Nick. Do me, baby. Yeah, that is the song. Yeah.
That's a good song.
Yeah, it is. Hey, your gamers are female changed. Well, when I was coming up, it wasn't. So, I mean, you guys are getting the benefit. So, I know they're on tour now. So, it's all there. I met 2 girlfriends through gaming who were big gamers. Okay. See, I'm not a gamer because when I did play Madden, guys used to hate me because I wasn't losing, I was winning the money, but I was also playing football. And that's the thing. They used to say, "You're really playing football." I'm like, duh, the game is football. Yeah, I know the strategy. I know what these teams are doing. You guys just want to throw it up and throw downfield and try and get, and I know how to play coverage, and I'm going to go down there and get the ball. They're playing 5. It was so funny because one guy that we were playing 5-minute quarters, and I got the ball first. And then I had the ball for about 7.5 minutes. And then when he got the ball, he went 3 and out. and I had already scored a touchdown, and I kept the ball all the way into halftime, and I went down in halftime. 14. I went up 14-0 at halftime. So he literally had the ball the first half for 3 plays. And that's why guys used to hate me. And I got bored with it because it's like, nobody really, they don't challenge me. So Eagles have landing spot for Max Crosby. Okay. And see?
I don't think that's happening, but
We'll get to the NFL soon. We'll get there. So if we don't see the Magneto costume in Doomsday, I will be pissed. Jim Lee made that character serious. Okay, something that's over my head. I'm not even gonna touch it. I love watching movies. That's a nice guilty pleasure. Watching movies. Depends on the type. So I love wrestling. I heard the wife of a wrestler say something beautiful. She said, "Okay." Sure, there are times I wish I didn't have to share my husband with wrestling, but if I didn't, I would not be getting the full him. I would not see how beautiful he is doing what he loves, and then that's really what it boils down to,
right.
because it brings out a deeper perspective, and they see some women can really see the true you, and they can appreciate you. Yeah, Darth, my favorite characters are Venom and Magneto. That is perfectly said, Lou. Go Birds. Halftime with
Sub
Bowl game. And did I lose? Yeah, okay. My uncles keep asking me, where is my girlfriend? I always tell them, I don't need one, so I don't have to spend money. That's the truth.
You're going to find out, dude. Like, I don't need one.
Show Wrestlers on Netflix. Great show. Coach, you got to see New Edition on tour. We'll see. But great job, you guys, with the guilty pleasures. Great contributions. So that was fun. I appreciate that. So there you have it. So and keep throwing and more in the chat. We'll highlight it and we'll touch on it as we go ahead.
You guys are awesome.
Exactly. Yeah, so
that was really hit the spine, Coach.
See,
I thought that was gonna go wrong.
Nah, bro. I mean, we all
that was gonna go wrong. You went better than I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
I really did. I said, "Oh my God, this is not gonna go good."
All right. What time are you and Mrs. doing your you told me about today? The game, you and your missus?
Yeah, she's gonna sit there.
What time?
I don't know yet. She's trying to find out if she can get online.
Okay.
And me and her is gonna play a game together.
Okay, I just want to make sure we have time to finish out the show. That's all.
You got plenty of time.
Okay. Well, in NBA news, we're going to look at the conference standings. And where's the NBA? I had the NBA. Here we go. All right, so let's get back. All right, so we're going to talk about the thoughts on the Sixers and Knicks this season so far, what each team needs to do to win the East, and our level of confidence with each. So, and let's pull up share screen. So when we pull up the standings, here we go. And just keep it right here in the Eastern Conference overall. Well, division, let me start with the division in fairness. Boston's in first, Knicks are in second, Toronto's in third, Philly's in fourth, and Brooklyn is in the toilet as usual. So, and then in the conference, we have Detroit first, Boston second, New York third, the Cavs fourth, Toronto fifth, and the Sixers sixth. So right now, both teams would be in the playoffs as it currently stands. And to be honest, both teams, if the playoffs started today, would be playing each other. But as I said with the question, let's put that back up there. Let's talk about our thoughts on each team. Halftime, we'll start with you with the Sixers. What's your thoughts so far on how the Sixers season has gone so far?
when PG got suspended for 25 games, that hurt.
Okay.
Oh, but they've been all right. Where they might prove me wrong, where they make the play in, but I think they're going to go at the end of the year. I think they're going to lose a lot of games, but
Okay.
I think they'll win maybe 11, maybe 12. Is that enough to keep them in the playoffs? Just don't know.
But look at who's behind them, though, because do you have confidence in Orlando or Miami, Charlotte, or Atlanta will
Well,
be able
I
to
think
touch
I
them?
think I think the Magic can pass us. I think the Heat can pass us.
Okay.
But I mean, if them two, I think they could pass us.
Let's
That's what I'm
see.
worried about. If we go on a bad losing streak and they go on a good winning streak, then yeah.
Well, if you look here, the last 10 games, you guys have been 6-4, while
Right.
both Miami and Miami and Orlando are 5-5. So, they're just playing 500 balls. So that's the concern with them. Now, I understand what you mean about Orlando because I've always had, great admiration for Orlando, but, Pinchero just has not been playing up to the level I expected with him. And I think Wagner, if I'm not mistaken, he's either out or was out for some time. So that
He's out for
also
some
hurt.
time, right? I think he
Yeah, I
was.
think he was out for some time. I don't know if he's back. So that's also a key factor. So Miami, I think that they go by whatever happens with Bam. Pretty much so. Now, I do think because there was always the trade talk with them, so guys were on the edge, which is also another key factor. So now, that the trade deadline is passed, you're going to start to see teams relax and just play with what they have. So to
Right.
be honest with you, your key to me, and I said it at the beginning of the year, it's going to be Embiid. Now Embiid is in and out, and I get it. But if he plays up to what he is capable of, you guys are a tough team. And I can honestly say I can see you guys passing Toronto.
I
I
don't
really think you can
I
pass
don't trust
Toronto.
I don't trust our bench.
Okay. Okay.
Our bench has been really, really been bad. I know a lot of people are going, well, the stats say look at the games. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think you should have at least a couple guys always contributing really good, almost in the double digits
Mm-hmm.
of your bench. Sixers are
Mm-hmm.
not got that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now
Mm-hmm.
since you had Grimes been out, Paul George been out, and you're getting people now. People are going to start missing games,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's getting deeper in this season. People are going to start missing games, and your bench is not good enough to again take that leap.
Mm-hmm.
I could
Mm-hmm.
be wrong, but just think they're going to go. And the way we've been getting our ass kicked, we get beaten by 30
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
last game. We got our ass. Well, we looked like we didn't deserve to play, and they blamed it on the travel. Oh well, it's away games, and now we come back and play at home.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you live in luxury when you go away. You
Mm-hmm.
take a
Mm-hmm.
jet home, you take a jet there. It's not this with this, away games hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
You're living your lifestyle in freaking hotel rooms that are freaking like, and you get whatever you want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are gonna sit there and blame the freaking away games? Come on. And then when you get home, how about you not partying? How about you actually play the goddamn game?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? And I think you're gonna have Embiid miss more games. You know what I mean? So
But here's the thing, though. That's why I said the key is Toronto. Because do you trust Toronto to stay afloat over you? Because who Toronto doesn't have at least a Maxi on their roster. You can talk about
Right,
Ingram all you want, but he's not to the caliber of Maxi. So, and
right.
that's why I say I can see you guys passing Toronto. Now, the key is going to be Boston. What's going to happen with them as they go? Do they bring Jason Tatum back? I heard Mitch say that when you come back next Thursday, that he's supposed to be playing. Don't forget, you got to work him in. The chemistry, does it impact them? The Knicks. The Knicks are.
Coach, put up the Sixers schedule for the last couple of games,
Okay. Here,
and we'll go through this. Me and
let
you
me.
go through it together. Maybe you're saying something I don't.
No, that's fine. Let me. Pull up Philly schedule. Let's see.
'Cause maybe you don't. Maybe I'm saying something you.
Now look, you got Atlanta. You're hosting Atlanta. I think you can get that. I think you can get New Orleans. Minnesota
Like,
might be tough.
you're gonna lose
Indiana,
there. You're gonna lose to the Pistons.
Indiana is a toss up. I think you can get Indiana. And look, you play Sunday. Now the back to back with the Pelicans and then Minnesota. So that I think you're going to split.
And that's
But
what I
then
told Mitch. I said, from Atlanta and New Orleans, I said we gonna win there. But then you're going on a 4-game, 5-game losing streak.
I disagree with you. I think you can take Indiana definitely. Miami, because you're hosting them, is another toss up. I'm gonna say you're gonna take that and lose to Boston. Now San Antonio is gonna be a toss up, but you're hosting them. And then you got San Antonio and then Utah. Utah, you're gonna take care of them.
You should be able to beat the Jazz.
So
But
right
then
now
I
I
mean,
have
but I got
one,
us
two,
losing.
three,
After New
four,
Orleans, I got us losing until we get to the Jazz.
5. Right now I have you have 5 wins. Let me see. Atlanta, New Orleans, Indiana. I think you get Miami and then Utah.
I
San
say you're
Antonio.
going you'll win first two, and then you're gonna lose. You're gonna go on a 5-game
Take
losing streak.
Atlanta. I think you could take Atlanta. Cleveland, no. I'll be honest, no. Memphis, yes. At Detroit, no. Brooklyn, yes. Portland, yes. At Denver, no. Sacramento, yes. Utah, yes. Oklahoma City, no. Chicago is a toss-up at yes. I'll give you that. Charlotte, yes. At Miami, no. At Washington, yes. Home to Minnesota, I think you'll get that one. Home to Detroit, that's a toss-up because that's a back-to-back. Now,
Detroit.
Embiid, if he
Detroit's a
doesn't,
good team.
yeah. So do you sit Embiid for Minnesota to play Detroit, or do you play on Minnesota and then sit him for Detroit? And then
So
you're
you
at
sit them
San
for
Antonio.
Detroit.
I don't think you get San Antonio, Houston. Yes, you will not win. And then your final two with Indiana and Milwaukee. So I'm giving you a good percentage of games that you can win.
You're more positive than I am.
Yeah, and I see it, and
'Cause
that's why.
and at the end, there's games I got us winning.
Let me see. Okay, 1, 2.
You know,
3,
maybe we can get 10.
4.
Maybe we can get 11 wins.
I'm gonna have you split with San Antonio. So 1, 2,
Okay,
3.
all right.
I mean, 1,
You
2,
got more faith than I
3,
do.
4,
You got
5,
more
6,
faith in this team than I
7,
do, Coach.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll say you'll slip up to Charlotte, lose to 14,
Did you beat the Jazz
15,
yet?
16. I give you 16 more wins, to close out the season.
And I was saying 11 and
That's
12.
46. That's 46 wins right there.
So I said 11 and 12. We're gonna
Mhm.
we'll win 11 or 12 the rest of the year. You're saying 16.
Yeah, I'm giving you 46 wins on the season. So 2,
I don't have
12,
46.
6. So what's that? 46 and 34. I have you at 46 and 34 overall.
I have 42. You have us at 46.
Yeah, if you go, wait a minute, yeah, did I do that right? Yeah, my addition is right, Ed. Your addition is usually right. So
So you're saying if we win 12 more, we're good? I don't think you're. I
Yeah,
don't. I
46.
don't.
Yeah, 42. I have you 46 and 36 on the season. So I have you winning 16 more. Not wait a minute. Is
You
it?
have us winning 16. I got us winning 12.
Yeah, yeah. I have you winning 16 games.
So if we win 12 more, do you think we're in the playoffs?
Yes, the
Do you
playoffs.
think?
Yes,
Because I say we're winning 11 to 12 more games. That's it.
because the question is Orlando. I mean Toronto and Orlando,
But
and then
also,
Miami.
it matters what the Magic do.
It matters what Toronto, the Magic, and Miami do. I
Yeah.
think you're going to end up in the 5th spot. That's the whole point. I give you at
I think we're
46.
just going to be on the outs.
No, you're not going to be in the play-in. I think you're going to be in the play because I don't trust Orlando, Miami, Charlotte, and Atlanta. I really don't. I don't think they have what it takes to compete with you guys. You're still going to get Paul George back,
Yeah, but you're only getting Paul George back for 10 games.
but then that's all you need him for is to rep you for the playoffs. It's going to be enough. And then when you do have that, that may even change the whole complexity where those last 2 games, let me pull up those last 2 games. I mean, last 4 games, you might
right.
get 3 out of 4. Let me see.
I'm hoping you're right. I hope we get in there, but I don't think we are.
Let me see. The last 4 games, you have, San Antonio, Houston. Those 2 are going to be key. If you get Paul George back for the final 10.
Yeah, you're not beating San Antonio. You're not beating Houston, even if you have Paul George there.
8, 9, 10. No, I think if you get Paul George for Charlotte, it can change your whole complexion. I had you slip up to Charlotte, but if you get him back for that game, you might be able to get that game. You might be able to get Miami because I had you lose in that game. And you might be able to split with San Antonio and Houston.
Yeah, you're not beating San Antonio.
Yes, you might be able to.
The way that they've been playing.
But here's the thing: you're talking about how they're playing. Who's guarding Embiid on that team? Because if you put on Wemby, Embiid can still take him and he can muscle him and he can get him in foul trouble.
You've seen Embiid play?
No, I said I'm talking about Embiid on offense.
Oh,
He can get him in trouble, in foul trouble. That's what I'm talking about.
oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
that's that, and Paul George helps your offense. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, I'm not talking about your defense.
You might be right. You might be right.
So
I'm hoping you're right.
if you can,
I can only hope you're right.
50 games. If y'all get the 50 games, you're definitely in the playoffs.
Well,
I'm not even talking about the play-ins.
We're not getting 50. Ain't no way.
If that's why I said those last few.
Ain't no way that's happening.
Right now, I'm standing by the 46. I think you guys can get 46 wins.
Yeah,
I really do.
46.
Okay.
I was saying,
and I got you. I respect where you're coming from. I mean, you see them.
I think we're going to get 11 or 12 more. But you're saying 16?
If you get 12 more wins, that means you're going to be 42 and 42. And if you're 42 and 42, then that means you're in the play-in.
But
you're in the play-in.
But that depends on where everybody else is up, right?
Yeah, but remember, you got 2 games with Miami. You still have Charlotte. You still have Atlanta. Those are teams in the play-in, so you're competing with them. If you're going to say you're going to be 42 and 42, then what is Miami, Charlotte, and Atlanta? Because look where they're at. They're literally a game is Miami is 2 games behind you. Charlotte is 4.5, and Atlanta is 5 games. So you're basically saying they're going to pass you, and then we have Orlando. What does Orlando do? That's why I said Toronto ahead of you is key. Because if Toronto, what are they going to do? Let me see what Toronto has to close out the season. All right, so Toronto is at Chicago, at Milwaukee. I think they can split that. They host Oklahoma City. They host San Antonio. Let's just say they lose both of those. That's 2-2. I think they'll take Washington. I think they're going to host New York. And they already beat New York. Already spanked them. So then you're at Minnesota. You're going to host Dallas. So I'm going to split there. So right now I gave you 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 losses right there. Then they're at Houston, another loss. New Orleans, I think they went hosting Phoenix. That's a toss up. Detroit, I
I
think
think they'll
they'll
beat
lose.
Houston.
They're at Houston, so I don't know. So at Denver, at Phoenix,
I mean, not Houston. The
dude.
Suns. My bad.
Okay, yeah,
Beat
okay, yeah, I can give them
Not
that.
Houston. I didn't mean Houston. I meant the
Yeah.
Suns.
So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They lose to Detroit. Um,
They can beat Chicago, right?
Denver. Yeah, they can beat Chicago, lose to Denver, lose to Phoenix now because that's on the road. Utah, and then you still have the Clippers. The Clippers are a toss up. So right now, Orlando's a toss up. Detroit again is another loss. That's 8. Boston is another loss. They'll split with Miami. That's 10 at New York. Right now, I'm giving them 11 losses. I'm giving them 11 losses, and they are standing at, what are they standing at? 30 what? So they're going to have 11 losses. So that's 44 losses. So they're going to be roughly 40 and 44.
So you had like the same thing I got with the Sixers.
Yeah, and then that's Toronto. So that's why I said they're key to you guys,
Yeah,
overviews, so you
I'm
can
hoping
pass
you're
them.
right. I would love to see the Sixers make it, but I don't think they
Let me
are.
get caught up. Let me get caught up in the chat too, because let's see. Bruce said hi to both of us.
But
He
Bruce,
said, okay, yeah. Females had to start playing video games. A couple of the latter generation guys aren't coming games to have. Okay, no, I feel you. Halftime, I feel good. PG is not going to play any more games for us. He's not reliable and cheated. I think he will. This is halftime. I've been playing video games since Atari. Ooh, Atari's back when yeah, that's back my era. I was the one staying up with my nephews. Okay, playing Call of Duty. Question: do y'all think Calvin really will be? If not, I don't. Haven't touched it. Haven't thought about that. Um, I'd have to go back and look. I right now, off the top of my head, I would say no. What's up, Steph? Oh, thank you for the birthday wish. I appreciate you. Halftime, the Sixers need to play your boy Kyle Lowry. Wow. I played competitively in World of Warcraft with many females, a lot of games. Okay. Okay. So some females have always played video games. Why more females think they have to play is what I was talking about. Question. That's deep. The Sixers like depth coach. That's what it comes down to. Okay, look at your Knicks compared to. Look, I don't know their bench. I know the Knicks now do have a decent bench. So, coach, I meant to ask you, what's your stand on this tanking situation? I don't like it. I've always been, I'm not a one to. I've always been a competitor. And look, you beat me, you beat me. I'm gonna look at the film and figure out what I got to do to improve. And I'm gonna go through everything. I just, if I was a coach in an organization that wants to tank, I'm like, you better as well just fire me because I'm not doing it. I'm not. I just can't do it. And I understand that's the way the NBA is built. I just can't do it. I just it's disrespectful to sports. Number one, it's disrespectful to the fans. It's disrespectful to the other teams that are out there trying to compete and improve their worth. What about, and everybody talks about the Hall of Fame and your status within the game? Are you an elite player? Where's the competition? Where's the competitive drive in you? I'm not one for tanking.
yeah,
I'm just not.
that hurts. Like
It
I
hurts.
gamble, so it hurts the gambler too.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
when I
It
wouldn't.
hurts the gambler in it. I love to gamble on my sports, so
Mhm.
it
The
hurts that.
integrity game. Yep.
But like I always say, players don't tank. The
Hmm.
organizations do,
Yes.
and because a player has to go find a job somewhere else when he gets let go or gets traded, and they got to say, "Hey, this guy's going to play with heart. he's not just going to throw in the towel.
Exactly.
Now, but I do not like tanking in any sport, but always say it's always going to happen because they want better draft picks or
But
whatever it
there's
is.
no guarantee with draft picks in
Huh?
the NBA. In the NBA, we've seen Simmons with you guys, Anthony Bennett with Cleveland. I mean, you
Yep.
can go through to see the number one overall draft picks who have been flops, and then you've seen guys who come out of nowhere. The greatest football player that everyone says, but in fairness, Tom Brady was a late round draft pick. And look at what he's considered the greatest to play the game. No, you just play the game and let everything fall where they may. In basketball and football and hockey and baseball, no. I mean, what are you teaching kids who are coming up? What are you teaching them? You have a responsibility.
That's how I say it when you talk about, like, when people talk about Belichick and all. What are you teaching your kids when you say cheating's good?
Mhm.
And you can get rewarded by cheating. And what are you teaching your kids when you say, throwing a game?
Mhm.
Like shaving points, if you really want to look at it.
Thank you. Thank you. Sixers offer for Fred agents and injured MB and most every player, PG. Even Josh Hart has a national wide commercial. Yeah, he does. It's going downhill fast, coach. We can't hit a damn three to save our hind parts. After hates the Sixers' perimeter defense more than anything in the world. He calls Nick Nurse dumb.
He is. Like, the defense part drives me crazy.
Because he's not watching every game. Look, here's the thing. It's not just a matter of you guys. I keep saying it. Like, you guys are focused on your team. And I understand why. Okay. I even said it also is about the teams around you. I'm not just talking about the Sixers.
Right.
I just broke it down. I just went through Toronto. So you're telling me Toronto is going to stay ahead of you guys? You're that confident? Miami is iffy. Charlotte,
I think Miami's going up.
But we didn't even look at Miami's schedule.
I think
mean,
Miami's going up.
I mean, here let's
Look at
look
Miami's
at.
schedule.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna look at Orlando's first, and
All right.
then because Orlando
You
is
know they're going
26, 28, and 25. I don't know that they're going up first. Where's the okay? So when we come back, they're at Sacramento. Yes, they're at Phoenix. I think they will lose that because they're on a 4-game West Coast. Let's just say they split with the 2 Los Angeles. So that's 2 losses. I don't see them beating Houston. I don't see them beating Detroit. Dallas, Washington, yes. I don't see them beating Minnesota. I don't even see them beating Milwaukee in the back-to-back. Not Cleveland. So right now,
you can't get them
Nope.
to beat Milwaukee.
No, because they're in
You want to
Milwaukee.
get rid of their coach.
It's in a back-to-back. That's why I said it's a back-to-back. That's why I said that. It's March 7th and March 8th. So you're at Minnesota, where Minnesota is going to be very physical. They are a physical team too. That can also wear you down. Milwaukee just proved that, you know what? They still have some talent. And Cam Thomas, who they picked up, is now showing how the Nets did misused him. And he's putting up points. And what's to say Giannis doesn't come back because they start to see anything? And if you do get Giannis back, like everyone's looking at their record and they suck. And I'm looking at everything. I'm not looking at just one team. That's why I'm doing this for everyone. Look at this. Like, first of all, like I said, you're coming back and you're going on the road for 4 games. And I'm giving you 2 wins. I'm giving you, honestly, I think they could lose Phoenix, and you're going to the next day, you're going to Los Angeles to play the Clippers. That's a toss-up. So that's why I'm saying they could win that.
They can beat the Clippers.
Yes, they can, but it wouldn't surprise me if they lost. The Lakers, then, is going to be another toss-up. Then you're hosting Houston and Detroit. I can't see them winning those 2 games. I can't. I just can't.
Well, I don't think they're going to be Houston, but
and then Detroit.
You don't think they're going to be
right now? No. I don't think they're going to beat Detroit, even if they're hosting them. So right now, out of 6 games, I have them winning 2 games, and that's 2-4.
No.
Mm, mm. Tell me, will they beat Sacramento in Sacramento? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they will. Will they beat Phoenix in Phoenix?
Yes.
That's where I'm like, no.
Yep.
Will they beat the Clippers? That's a toss up, but let's say they do. Do they
I say
beat
they
the
beat the
Lakers?
Clippers.
Do they beat the Lakers in Los Angeles? No.
No.
Then you host in Houston and Detroit. Do you beat
No.
those two? No.
But I got them
Washington,
beating Detroit.
I don't. I don't. See, that's the thing.
Okay. All right.
That's why I'm saying
Great.
I'm looking at this. I'm in. Like I said, I gave them 6 there. Then they win the next 2. Then they lose the next 3 because I see them losing those 3.
You see them losing
Washington,
Milwaukee, and I have not.
no,
I don't see
no.
nobody.
I just got this feeling Milwaukee is going to continue to surprise people as we go along. Cleveland they're going to lose to. Washington they'll beat. Miami is a split, but you know what? I'll give them Miami. I'll give them Atlanta. No Oklahoma City. I actually think they'll lose to Charlotte here. They'll lose to Lakers. They'll beat Indiana. Lose to
I think
Cleveland.
they'll beat the Lakers, and I think they'll beat Charlotte.
Yeah. Well, no, I think they'll lose to Charlotte.
And
And
the
then,
Hornets, they're just.
but the Hornets are loose, and they're still fighting for and these teams are fighting for the play in to get into the playoffs. So that's why I'm like, okay, this.
They're looking. They're fighting too.
Yes, that's why it's like, okay, these games have meanings. I'll give you Los Angeles. I'll give you that. They'll win.
Right.
They'll win Indiana, lose to Cleveland, beat Sacramento. I think they'll lose to Toronto. I said it earlier. They'll beat Phoenix, Atlanta. Dallas. They'll beat. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say they're gonna slip up one of these 2. And maybe they do get Detroit in this game, but then Minnesota, I don't think. Chicago and Boston, they're splitting. So what my whole point is, they're right there. They're right there. They're battling. I have the whatchamacallit up. I'm sorry, guys. So for me, it's a toss up. It's a toss up. You know, if they can be right there, can they catch you? And again, it's what Toronto does ahead of you. I just showed you. I think Toronto is going to drop, and you guys are going to pull up over them in the 5th spot.
I just don't think that's happening.
So, let's see. Knicks is saying 39 and 30 and 43. That's what your record is going to be. Knicks fan with Mike Brown as head coach won't have much faith soon enough. We're going to get to them in a second. You're way too high on them. Watch them play. Again, Nick, what about the teams around them? You think these other teams are just going to jump over them in the way that they and beat the teams they like? You're only focused on the Sixers, and I get it, but I'm saying to you, look at the other teams. And he can't stay healthy enough to run. Well, you guys are talking again. You guys are all talking about the Sixers. You're talking about the Sixers. I haven't seen anybody say anything about the other teams. Like this is a league. This is not just about the Sixers. What are the other teams who are competing with you for the playoffs and the play-in going to do? Playing is beginning to get rid of PG. Okay, that's an interesting one. And when that there's some Eagle talk. Eagles draft the guard, tackle, tight end, wide receiver, cornerback, safety. Okay, those ain't going anywhere, unfortunately. Okay. See, draft OT. We said that. Okay. So there we have it. So again, guys,
I get what you're saying, Coach. You're looking at everybody and you're thinking,
yes,
but we're looking at the Sixers are not. You got way too many wins for the Sixers. Then
but
they're
and
gonna
aren't some of these against some of these teams you're competing with? Atlanta,
Yeah.
Charlotte, Miami.
yeah.
So
But I'm just saying, you got more wins than
okay.
everybody else. They're gonna.
And I get it. You guys see Philly every day. I get all that. Okay. But my question to you is, let's take it this way. What's up, Cave? Thanks for tapping in, bro. Appreciate you. Um, and, if we do, you guys think you guys head to head can beat Toronto?
That's a good. That's a good question.
I'm going to take you to all those teams that you're dealing with. Do you think you can beat Toronto? What about Orlando head to head? Do you think you can
Do
beat
I got
Orlando?
MVP when I got Toronto?
Yeah, I'm giving. Take whoever you want. You put in who you want.
I
Embiid,
got me.
Paul George.
Yeah, I think we can beat Toronto.
Okay, let's go to Orlando. Do you think you can beat Orlando?
No.
Okay. What about Miami?
I think Miami got us.
Charlotte?
Charlotte just beat us by 30 points, but they were up by 50 on us. So no.
You don't think head to head you can beat
They
Charlotte?
spanked the shit out of us.
That's
Coach.
one game. Everyone gets spanked. Come on, Halftime. You've even seen in the NBA back in the day, the Celtics spanked the Lakers, and the Lakers turn around and win the championship in that series.
Yes,
so
but
you've
not-
seen that. So come on.
We just get spanked too much.
If you're going to go by,
I'm so freaking upset how bad we been
that's
getting
the point.
spanked.
You guys are putting your emotions. That's why I say take the emotions out and look
You know,
at the
I
facts.
can't take
I'm a
my
Knicks
feelings
fan.
out of the team.
I'm a Knicks fan. Y'all know, and I'm hard on the Knicks.
I am right now. I am so mad. How many points we been getting spanked by? It's ruthless. Be honest with you, I think Toronto has our number.
Well, you know what? You guys all feel that, you know what, you're going to basically be a play-in team, if that.
I'd say we don't even make the play-in, but if you're saying 11 and 12 wins, if you say 11 and 12 wins can make you in the play-in,
you think, wait a minute, because listen to what you just said. You don't think you're going to even make the play-in.
I said if you're saying 12 wins, 11 to 12 wins make the play-in, then we'll make it. But that's it.
Okay.
We're only getting 11 or 12 wins.
So 11 wins. You guys get 11 wins. That's 41. Atlanta is at 26 wins. So right now, for them to go over you, they need to get 12 wins alone. Yeah. And that's every team. And then on top of that, you're talking about Chicago, because you said for you possibly not to make the play-in. So now,
right.
And that's on 11 or 12 wins.
Well, I was quoted in the beginning of the year. I said we're not making a play-in. I don't want people to sit there and say, "Oh, he changed his mind." So I'm saying,
oh, you can change your mind based on what happens with the product. Things change.
But I got 11 or 12 wins for the rest of the season.
Okay.
So if that's the play-in, then we'll make the play-in. But then we'll be one and done.
Okay. I see you guys.
You got more. I love you, Coach. You got more faith in the
Sixers. It's not just. See, you guys are making it about the Sixers, and I keep saying it's not about just the Sixers. It's not. I have more faith in the Sixers.
You're going all the way around.
I'm Toronto. I don't trust Toronto.
Everybody else is going to drop, and the Sixers are going to go up.
Yeah, it's like Orlando. Anyone who knows me, Cave will tell you, I have always been big on Orlando. I thought they have all the tools to really be in the top 5, maybe 6 in the conference. But this year has been a major disappointment. Injuries have been a problem, and I haven't been watching them. And I've heard a little bit about questions on some coaching strategies on a few games, which is normal. But Orlando has some of the tools, but losing Wagner for a while, that hurt. So again, it all depends. Like I said, Toronto, I don't have faith in Toronto. They just don't have that it factor to close it out. And Brandon Ingram is a good player. RJ is inconsistent quickly. I mean, if you go through the roster and you take a look, Maxey alone can dominate the Toronto Raptors by himself. That's why I'm like, okay, Edgecombe, I understand, is inconsistent, but he's a rookie. And I
Right.
understand what you're saying about your bench. You guys, they really don't have a bench. Embiid, you're not confident because he really is playing on one leg. I get all that. I still think with everything that you're talking about, Toronto, you can take them. Orlando is okay. You want to say cool. Miami, and then same factor is you're playing as most of these teams head to head. So it's like, Miami, okay, you want to say you split the games with them? Okay. Charlotte, okay, they beat you big previously. Okay. But now if that doesn't incentivize you to come back and say, you know what, you got that one. All right, we're gonna get you this one. Atlanta shipped everyone out of there. So come on. So it's like you're in a position to get 5, 6 in that range. Now, if you're talking about top 4, no, I don't think you guys are making the top 4. I'm not saying that. I will never say that.
Okay.
You guys are right where I think you're going to be, 5 to 6, and everything is contingent upon what happens with Toronto, Orlando, Miami, and
But
maybe
you're
Charlotte.
not
Hmm?
sold on the Sixers. You're just saying everybody else is going to go down more.
I'm
You're
not
going to lose a
sold
little
on
bit more
what's
games.
around the Sixers. Yes,
You're
you
looking
know,
at around the Sixers.
yeah, I'm looking at everything. I'm doing the totality of everything. So, let me get caught up. I think the Sixers make the playoffs. See, he said playoffs, not the play-in. Coach Sixers probably have the again. You could say all that. I think they are better than the Hawks, Orlando, and the Hornets. I think they're better than the Hawks. Orlando and the Hornets are a problem. Okay. What's up, Blaze? Thanks for tapping in, bro. As always, man. I hope you had a great stream. Coach seems to have more faith in the Sixers than the Knicks, and that's the Mike Brown effect. We're going to talk about the Knicks in a second. Besides Grimes, they don't have any scoring off the bench. The damn bonus sometimes. Okay. And you're putting everything on your bench, but again, like
We
I said,
don't. We use our bench is so weak.
okay, and that's fine. Look, you guys may all be right, and I end up with egg on my face, and it's
No, it's
not that I
probably
have
me. I'm the dumb motherfucker over here. I don't know.
no, it's
Maybe
not
you're
that I
right,
have,
Coach.
and
I'm
please
hoping
don't.
you are.
I will say this: don't say I'm saying I have faith in them, the Sixers. It's I'm looking at everything around.
You're looking at everybody else dropping drastic.
Well, the way that things have been going this whole season, do I think Toronto's going to stay up there? And we just went through their schedule, so I looked at their
Right.
schedule. That's another reason why I'm like, okay, I just looked at Orlando, so it's like, okay, I looked at Philly, so it's like, all right. I mean, mm, if you stay at 6, you're right where I'm thinking you're going to be. 6, maybe 5. That's it.
You're right. I
But
really am.
again, can you?
I'd rather be us in the play-in and playoffs than not
The
being
play?
involved.
Yeah, exactly.
But do I trust this?
And I get it. I get it. I get it.
You've
I get it.
as long as you've been punched in the face, as long as we have,
Yeah, I get it. I
nothing's
get
going to
it.
go down.
You get punch out. You get punch drunk, and you're apprehensive, and you flinch when somebody flinches at you. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. I get it.
That's how I look at it. It's like I'm not going to sit here and not think that the Sixers are going to wake up already. Now, if you would have told me they would have made a move and made our bench better,
Hmm.
I would have said something different.
Okay.
If you would have
Okay.
made my bench better, I would say something different.
Okay. That's
But
fair.
my
I mean,
bench is so weak.
that's fair. You got to put them into the equation. So
A lot of you your bench is better than ours. You got Grimes over there, and right now, you got to move him up because PG's out. I think he's out for 12 to 15 more games.
that's interesting.
What?
I didn't know he was out that long.
Yeah. Like at the end of the year, when he comes back, there'll be like 11 games where he can play. That's it.
Okay. 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 let's go ahead and move over to, the Knicks. And let me see, besides Brian, your Knicks, on the other hand, are great. Alvarado, halftime the other night. Ooh, hold on 1 second. My screen is acting up. And Dior is underrated. Okay, so talking about the Knicks, I'm going to be brutally honest with you. And everything is going to be about what happens with the Celtics, especially with Jason Tatum coming back, or how he fits in. I think the Knicks will finish at number 2. I really do. I like the additions. Thank you guys for Yabba Dabba Doodoo, because we got him and then we shipped him out, and you got Alvarado, and then you got whatever his name is, showing, who is released by the Spurs, and the defense on our bench now looks decent. It looks nice. You even have some scoring along with that. I'm not expecting Alvarado to play the way he did against you guys. I'm just not. But he's going to be a key contributor.
He dropped 30 on us?
No, it was 26. He had 8 3-pointers. He was
he abused it.
Yeah, but again, I mean, do I expect that always? No. I mean, they also, the loss they took to the Pacers, I mean, was unexcusable.
Right.
I mean, so they have their moments. So, but they have the ability. When they come back, they're hosting Detroit, and that's going to tell me everything I need to know. They've been spanked by Detroit all season. They lost by 118, 180. And where's the other
I don't know.
Detroit
If
game?
Alvarado plays like he
121,
if he did against the Sixers, you guys are gonna win that. That dude's on fire.
So yeah, the Knicks are being spanked by Toronto. But again, how they compete, and they have how many more games? They have one more game against not Toronto, against Detroit. So when they come back on Thursday, that game is going to be key. If they can get that game, that's going to tell me everything I need to know. Then they have host Houston. I think they can get that. I think they can get Chicago.
You
Now
think
Cleveland.
you beat Houston?
Yes, I think we can beat Houston. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Number one, I love Diawara. I love him. He's a rookie, but the kid is 6'10-ish. He can shoot the 3. He can play elite defense. He can handle the rock. The new guy they just showing, who they just picked up. Another one, 6'8", can handle. Now he's not a 3-point shooter, but he can play some great defense. He can rebound. He can cause problems. You see what Alvarado just did defensively.
Can I get that for the Sixers?
Defense? No, I get what you're saying as far as the bench. Yes, that's key. Our bench, I'm really liking. Deuce McBride is out right now. He's out. So, and he might not be back until right before the playoffs, if that. So, but it doesn't matter, because we have Alvarado and we have the other guys. Josh Hart, you can mix and match with them on the defensive end. They can play some elite defense, because everyone talks about Brunson and Cat, but now we have guys that we can filter in. OG is out, but he's going to come back. Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart. It's like, okay, now we have defensive guys, because that's what you need come playoff time. You need guys that can play defense. We can score. There is no denying that. Now, Cat, he has to be a little bit more. Oh, and I'm forgetting about Mitchell Robinson, the blockness monster. Come on, man. Now, his free throw shooting, it's a cause for concern. But
he was making fun of us. He was making fun of us. He's like, what are the fans cheering for? We're killing you. And they just wanted chicken nuggets.
Yeah, they wanted chicken nuggets.
No, I'll make one now, because we aren't giving you your damn chicken nuggets.
Exactly. But now you see his defense, and he can guard 1 through 5. And he's blocked guys out on the wing. So my point being is, there is the defensive element there with the team. Do they have to mesh? Yes. With the new guys coming in now, yes. The injured guys coming back, yes. And you think about the offense that we have. Like I said, Alvarado just showed a little bit something. You have OG, you have McHale, you have Cat. Josh Hart, his 3-point shooting right now, he's at 42% on the year. He's never been like that. So he's now hitting consistently from three. He plays D. He does a lot of the everything. Can give you triple doubles. You don't have to rely completely on Brunson all the way.
No,
Now,
no.
do you
And
need someone to create their own shots? Yeah, I need someone to step up a little bit more, besides
when you
Brunson.
got Brunson, that's all he has to do is orchestrate out there.
And then
And
close out the game if he just becomes captain clutch and
yep,
closes out the game to win. That's my point. This team can now be physical with other teams that are getting physical. You can still pull Cat out and still have big size out there. Think about this. If you wanted to put OG at the 3 and you have Showen or Diawara, and the kid Showing can also play the center. So it's like, okay, you have good size, you have good length, you can play defense, you can have good movement, you have guys who can bring the ball up, so it's just getting these guys together. Can they win? Can they finish at number 2? Yes. What's his name on ESPN? Not Shams. What's the other? Windhorse. He said he spoke to an Eastern Conference coach and a general manager, and they said, hands down, Knicks have the most talent in the East. Now, okay, that's them saying it, and I get it. They got it. The Knicks have to prove it. But now I just went down and looked at their roster, and I didn't even go through talking about Clarkson, who's been struggling right now. But Clarkson is a bucket machine.
yep.
So it's like, okay, there is talent. And Cat, if he gets his act together, he can be a dominant big, whether shooting the 3 or getting down into the post. So it's like, okay, there are keys there to the Knicks. And I'm enthused. Now, I'm not ready to go Google Gaga and all over the place. The Knicks still have to prove it. They still do.
That's how I am
Starting
with the
with
Sixers.
Detroit. But do I think they will finish at number 2? Yes. The dark horse to everything, because everyone keeps talking about Boston. It's not Boston. For me, it's Cleveland. And you can say what you want, but Harden, with those bigs, with the pick and roll, and he's helping Donovan, it can help that team and it can galvanize that team. And that's what it's starting to do. They're the one that I'm really keeping an eye on more than anybody, because they can come up and they can sneak on somebody. Clarkson and Tyler Cola can, yeah, exactly. And and that's the thing. If he's not with it, I forgot about Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet is another one who can start. He can play defense. He can give you good 3-point shooting. So it's like we have depth now. So as the Rockets winning it all this year, even though the Knicks are even better than this year. That's why when you said to me, you asked me about the Rockets. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
you Houston Rockets winning it all this year, but
Exactly. Nick.
that was in the beginning of the year. That's when whatchamacallit got hurt, but I still have the Rockets.
Blaze. Well, look, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have been able to get Alvarado in this show and Shane, however you say his name. So yeah, thank you for him. And we didn't use him right. We shipped him to Chicago, and look what we ended up with.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like, okay, hey, there you go. So I appreciate what is here on this team. I also like Brown more than I do Tibbs. And Tibbs is a great coach, a phenomenal coach. He got us to where we are, but can he get us over the hump? Brown is going to have to prove it. I get it. He hasn't done it when he's had, when LeBron was in his prime. I get it. But this team is built around Brunson. They take Brunson's mindset when they go out there and they play. So And they produce. Now, like I said, Detroit wants to prove that, last year was an aberration, and they're going to bring it. And I get it. I get it. Hawk
Brunson
Porty,
loves it that all he has to do is now facilitate out there.
no,
You see him? He's
he
like,
has to
dang, you gotta go to
facilitate.
work.
Yes. I mean, against you guys, what? He had 8 points. He had 8
Only
points
8.
against
Only 8. He had
against
to
you
do
guys.
none. He was just sitting there
Exactly.
facilitating.
But that's my point. That's my point. And Nick Porty is okay, but he's still young. He's developing. He has the tools, but he's still developing, man. He's only in his second year. He really is. So if he would just hone in more so on the defensive end and rebounding, I think he would be a lot more beneficial. But we'll see. Has the Rockets winning it all? Mrs. Hathaway may be the real she may be the real sports talent. Jameson, I'm like, look, you got guys who are on the bench who are, they're on the back end who we got a number 1 overall draft pick who we haven't really used. And what's his name? The French kid. I forgot his name. Haktua.
Haktua girl.
So again, the Knicks 1 through 15, I think they have the most talent in the East. So yes, we are deep. But the thing that comes together is how do they develop? How do the new pieces fit in? How do they accept their roles? Yeah, thank you, Nick. Dadier. Pacome Dadier. So there you have it. It's and I wish Cave was here because he does all the Knicks games, so he could tell you a lot more than I can because I don't get all the Knicks games. So, but yeah, the Knicks, they have depth, and it's just a matter of them putting it together and then getting ready for the playoffs. Boston is still going to be a tough one, and let me see the rest of their games. You still have Toronto, Oklahoma City. That's going to be a big one. Wednesday, March 4th, the returning, then you still go to Denver, the Lakers. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go on a 6-game road trip. So that could really change the whole makeup. Now, do I think they can take most of those games? Yes. Denver's going to be tough playing in Denver. We already beat Denver, but Denver's probably want to, show and prove. And we're going to Denver after playing Oklahoma City. So, we still play some tough teams. Golden State comes to us. Indiana, New Orleans, Charlotte, Oklahoma City, Houston again. Boston, Toronto, Charlotte to close it out. So, I can see the Knicks winning roughly 50 to 50, 55. I'll give you 54 55 games. I'll give us that. So, but we'll see. We will see. Dandara Supercat. Daddy, he is decent. He's still developing, man. So, you should be very encouraged about your team, though, Coach. I am. And I am. So you have the tool. I just need, because one of the things that frustrates me is Towns. He's doing a Julius Randle. And that's what I say when Julius used to be here, where he would sit in the back end after a play complaining to the refs instead of just getting your butt back on defense and playing. But I mean, look, he's getting you 20 rebounds, double-digit
every
rebounds.
Player now.
Yeah, but
every time.
No, it's not the complaining. It's that
they all complain about
complaining. It's the complaining is fine, but if you're staying in the backcourt or you're taking your time to yell at the referee instead of just getting back up court to be there for your teammates because you're putting your teammates in a disadvantage. He's always driving the lane and falling. It's like, yo, bro, you're too big and too strong to be doing that. You're trying to draw a foul where just play the damn game. Just play it. So, and if a foul happens, it happens. Stop looking for the foul. Just play and then keep it going.
I figure that's how it is, all over, though.
Yeah,
they're all looking for they'll get the ball. Oh, give me the foul.
Yes, of course they do. You're trying to influence the call. And that's part, bro, that's every sport. That's football. That's basketball. That's
basketball.
I mean,
that's hockey.
they all do it. So you just got to play through that. My point is not putting your teammates in a disadvantage because you're back here or taking your time to talk to the referee coming up the court instead of, you know what, just get back, help your teammates out.
Back in the game.
During a timeout, if you got to go talk to an official, fine. Do what you got to do. During some type of break, do that. Why this, why that. I'm cool with that. But when you're putting your teammates at a disadvantage, you're hurting the team, as opposed to, you know what, just get back there, play your game. He needs to be better at his three-point shooting. He's not where he normally is. So, he's around 20, 21 points a game, where he's normally 25, 26 points. Come on, we need him up there, so, and that's my point. If you can do that, if OG can still give you 17, Mikal can give you 15-ish a game, Landry, Josh Hart gives you the triple-double, can give you about 14 a game. Offensively, the Knicks will be fine. And then with your bench, and now Mike Brown can, mix guys up, play defense, match up with other teams, force other teams to match up to us. It does so much. So, and like I said, this closing stretch is going to tell me everything I need to know. Can they get themselves into serious playoff contention and ready? And these guys are hungry, and we'll see as we go forward. So, but overall, yeah, I'm not doom and gloom like I normally am with the Knicks. Y'all know me. I normally am.
You're up on them. You should be.
Yeah. So, and I like the acquisitions. It's giving me confidence. So there you have it. So, but now we're going to go ahead before we start closing it out. And we're going to talk about the NFL and, what we can expect in terms of going on and the changes, so on and so forth. So let's start with your Eagles. As a whole, first of all, as a whole, the whole season, the whole league, how do you think it was as a whole with the league?
The league?
Yes. The games played, Seattle winning the championship, but
I thought Seattle was going to win. I thought it was going to be Seattle and Denver.
Okay.
Since Bo Nix got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But it was entertaining NFL.
Okay.
It was very entertaining. Love the NFL, but I like defense, and everybody did decent. Even the Giants did decent. Panthers have shocked everybody. They have stepped up.
Mm-hmm.
There's teams that you thought were just always going to be garbage, and they stepped up. So teams are actually starting to get better. And where you always thought, hey, the Panthers are going to be bad. The Tennessee Titans are going to always be bad. Teams are pulling out some wins that you're like, wow, they actually won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jacksonville Jaguars. But it went. This year was actually good for the NFL, I thought.
I agree with you. The overall play and a lot of the things that happened, the storylines. Yes, we had 10 coaches lose or there were 10 new changes in terms of head coaches. So that was unprecedented.
That's always the number. Why are people shocked?
Not 10. It wasn't 10.
It's normally 8.
It's 7, 8-ish, but 10 was a little bit more. Two of them, you were like, no one really expected Baltimore, to be honest.
No, that was a shock.
The Pittsburgh was like, could it be could they separate? That was a toss up. But
everybody was shocked the Bills getting rid of their coach.
Yes. So again, there were some surprises there, but overall, the play was exciting. I like some of the defensive strategies that I saw going forward because I'm a defensive guy. But yeah, overall, I thought it was good. The Super Bowl, I know most people didn't like it. They felt it was boring because it wasn't a lot. I like the defensive strategies. The Patriots, look, say what you want. No one expected them to be there with a second-year quarterback.
No.
He's second youngest to make it there except after Dan Marino. So that's high praise right there.
Yeah,
so
did you think it was because they had an easy schedule?
The schedule is what your schedule is.
I
It's not about that. No, I don't go based off of that. I don't.
It's an easy schedule.
because it's always like that. If you really think about it, the lower when you are at the bottom, you always play an easier schedule,
Right.
and it's just that because they made it to the Super Bowl, it really opened everyone's eyes. But if you go back and you take a look year after year, there's always a team that was, the year prior, they were, at the bottom, and they either made it to the mid, or they're right there fighting for the playoffs. So to me, it's like, all right, they exceeded expectations, yes, but not just based on their schedule. I mean, it was a lot of other things. Yes, the other teams knock each other off. The Denver losing Knicks, yeah. But okay, if they didn't lose a game or two, they could have ended up hosting, and it still would have been the same thing. So your schedule is your schedule. I get it. The Jets and Dolphins in their division. You might want to argue excuse their whatchamacallit. But if that was the case, then not trying to be funny, when you guys won the Super Bowl, you can make the argument because, oh, well, Dallas and the Giants at that time, they weren't really good teams. So it's like, you play who you play. I mean, in the NFL, realistically, everybody is fairly good. They really are. Now, is it about coaches' strategies and injuries playing a role? And some coaches, are buffoons in the way they coach the game. Yeah, but I just, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. Again, like I said, and I'm more analytical, and I get it. The average fan wants
I
excitement.
can't stand analytics.
No, when I say analytical, I mean I look at the for example, if you're in a plus territory and a minus territory, are you in the left hash mark, the right hash mark? What personnel group in? What is the defense in? What time is on the clock? That type of thing. I'm a coach, so
Right.
I'm dissecting it. That's where my analytical aspect comes
Right.
from. So I don't fan like all of you guys. I don't. For example, I'm not into fantasy football. To me, it's idiotic. But I get it. You guys like it, and it's what draws people in, and
I want
they're
money,
engaged.
damn it!
And you want
It's
money,
not
yes,
fantasy football.
I get it. So, but for me, it's about looking at the X's and O's, the coaches, the strategy, the techniques that are being taught. What type of technique? What type of counter are they using? Where they're lined up? Like I'm telling you, and I always tell people, you don't want to watch a football game with me live. You don't. Like I've streamed games, but if I can sit down with a remote control and with a game on, and that's what I was doing with the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl for me ended about an hour after everybody else
No,
because I was sitting there rewinding.
you're rewatching the great
I'm
defensive
pausing.
plays.
I'm
that was
looking at the
happening.
offense, what was happening.
I was like, I was at a Super Bowl party. I'm like, dude, did you just see that? And they're
Mhm,
like, I'm like, and like, there's
mhm,
women there and all. They're like, I
mhm.
know they're explaining what just happened, and they're
All
like,
right, Nick.
look how fucking he gets. But
Exactly. So thank you, Mrs. Halftime. I appreciate you for putting that in there. Make sure you guys tap in, not just to me, to Halftime, to the Aboriginal Sports Network and the Hardcore Sports Network. All the information is there. Links are in the description. Always some great content from everyone. So I appreciate all the support. Jay says Raiders finally pulled through and took care of business, drafting around 6 every year for about 20 years. Wasn't working. First should help. We'll see. We'll see. So NFL, yeah, made the schedule that was on them. So, but the schedule is the schedule. Like everyone looks at, your record, and you need other things. Things change. Add players. Look, they brought in other players that weren't there last year that
Yep.
contributed. So I mean, it's more to than just the schedule. So
yes, they brought in the right pieces.
yeah, so because remember they had the money to do that. So that's why to me it's not only about the schedule. I mean, I get it. You want to say they played a softer schedule, okay. But
It happens all the time. Even the
yeah,
Giants winning the Super Bowl. That's how they got in because it was a soft schedule, and they
yeah,
got in, snuck in, and won. They won the Super
exactly.
Bowl over it.
Look, I remember when the 49ers blew out the Chargers that one year, and the Chargers were supposed to be some great team, but They got, what was it, 55-10 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, your schedule is your schedule, but what happens during the course of the game? Injuries to your
Yeah,
team, to
injuries
the other.
happen.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a molded. And look, everyone thought Buffalo was going to win that division. Buffalo, you see that they fired their coach. They're blaming their coach because they didn't play up to standards. So it's not just about the schedule,
How
like I
you,
did with the basketball. It's
dude,
everything.
how you fire that coach? Dude, how
Mhm.
he built, hold on, now how he built Buffalo. And you fire that coach? He built Buffalo's team
Mhm.
awesome.
Mhm.
And you hold him responsible?
Mhm. I will
Am
always
I
say,
wrong on this coach?
no, I'm with you.
He
You
built
know,
that team. He built
he
that
he
team
was
that
he
strong.
look, they're saying he's
Every
not
year
good
he's in
enough.
the playoffs. It's like Andy Reid in Philadelphia. Get rid of him. He goes somewhere else. He's going to go win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. John Z, they both should be in first ballot. It's a travesty. It's a joke. It's why I stopped really being Google Gaga for the Hall of Fame. I don't even watch it anymore. I don't watch the Hall of Fame presentation. I don't. I'm like, you know what, it's BS right now because it's all about, favoritism and, you know, in a sense, what the fans say. It's not about what you did to the game. I mean, Bill Belichick, for anything for whatever, for him not to be first ballot, come on,
I,
man.
I don't. I had to disagree with you. I don't think
No.
he should have been a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, because he cheated. What are you teaching your kids? It's okay to cheat,
No.
lie,
Okay.
steal, and cheat. This
Guess
is what
what?
we're teaching our kids.
No,
Though,
no, no, no. You okay,
like
I get
when
what you're
like
saying.
the NFL was
No, he
back
got
in the
caught.
day had a
He
standard.
got he got caught at halftime. Because I'm telling you from experience, I'm telling you, every team, like the football situation. Do you know that I've been doing that for years? But taking some air out of football,
Yeah,
putting more in because my quarterbacks
yep,
wanted more, wanted less.
yep.
So all of this, deflate gate, that's bull. Phil
So when you're
Sims.
videotaping a walkthrough, and what are you videotaping is
Okay,
the
okay.
plays that are going to go happen in a Super Bowl, and your video,
That
and
okay.
you're stealing the playbooks. Hold on, and you're
Mhm.
stealing headsets where you can hear somebody's play, and like if and like you would say, other teams do it too. You got caught.
Exactly. And now here's the thing. This is why
You
I'm
were
saying.
reprimanded, and you got
There,
caught.
but now you just said it. You were reprimanded. You paid the penalty. That's my point. It
But that
did
takes you away from the Hall of Fame.
no, no. See
Oh,
what it
yes.
is, those
You're telling little
those
kids
certain
that
ones.
it's okay to lie, steal,
Nah,
and cheat.
no, that's not it. I don't see it that way. I don't. I don't see it. Look, the point I'm making is just like someone who sold drugs out on the street. And then you go to jail and you do your time and you come back out and then you're constantly harassed by the police just because of that. You're
But
not giving him a fair opportunity to make amends.
you
He made
did.
amends.
But,
He
you
made.
did. Because when he got caught cheating, stealing the headset, he got reprimanded. He got fined, right?
But that's the
And
point I'm
then was another
making.
year, he got caught stealing the playbook of Miami. Then he gets caught stealing and recording the video of the Super Bowl of the Rams. And now he gets caught again for stealing, cheating, lying, and
Nah,
cheating and
I
stealing.
don't
It's
see it like that. I
like,
don't.
when is it gonna be? Hey, this guy went from the Cleveland Browns, got his ass fired, went to the Patriots, said, I ain't getting fired no more. I'm gonna lie, steal, cheat, whatever it takes to win the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Yes, is he
I,
a great defensive
I
coordinator?
respect you. I respect your opinion, and I fully support your right to your opinion. I just don't agree with it, and I guess we got to leave it there because
Everybody can do. We all
yeah,
can
because
disagree to agree. We still
you
love each
you were
other.
strong with yours, and I'm strong with mine. And I'm looking.
You think it's okay to lie, steal, and cheat?
That's not what I'm saying. I said he paid his penalty. So you're double jeopardying him. That's what it is. And the one there's
Barry
been
Bonds paid for his.
there's
Why
been
is he
already
not in the
reports
Hall
that
of
they all
Fame?
said it. They felt he should have got more penalized with more money and suspended. That's why he's not being in. Oh, really? So you're the judge, jury, and executioner. You're not allowing the NFL to make the decision. You're saying, well, because the NFL didn't do enough, I want to do more. No,
Now,
that's BS.
with the Hall of Fame,
Mm.
this is what I
It's a
disagree
joke.
with.
Hall of Fame is a joke.
It is a joke because it's fucking reporters, and the
Yes.
reporters should not be voting.
No.
It should be the Hall of Famers. Now they get a paycheck every month. Let them do a job. Let them vote, and only the Hall of Famers are
That's
allowed
fine.
to vote.
I'm with you with that. But
The
all this
coach-
other
the
stuff.
coaches and the owners that are in the Hall of Fame, the coaches that are in the Hall of Fame, let them vote.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
And then if they say Belichick is in, I'm still going to bitch and complain
But
that he lies.
like I said, I just have an issue with that. I mean,
everybody lies, stealing shit somehow.
yes,
You
bro.
get pulled over.
Look.
If you're speeding down the street, you're not going to pull yourself over and give yourself a ticket.
No, you're right about that. You're right. And look.
But what I'm
It's
saying
more.
is,
See, it's
I
more
think
to it
he,
when
like-
it comes to it's more to it when it comes to the Hall of Fame because you're also look, bro. I mean, you got people who killed people, drugs, rape people. Sorry, wrong thing to say. Physically assaulted others. But yet and still, we're making a big deal because the video, the Deflategate and all this. No. Because when is it? Because we're sitting here making it a moral compass about the Hall of Fame. But what about other people who are in there? Like where is the line? Because then, if that's the case, then people who do bad things, period,
right?
We should be holding them all accountable.
Yeah,
then.
you should hold all of them.
Look.
Yes.
One of my favorites, LT, was the first ballot Hall of Fame. But now you can make the argument. Well, the things that he's did while he was a player,
right?
And heck, even some of the things that he was charged with afterwards. So it's like, okay, is the Hall of Fame about what happened dealing with football, or is it about a moral compass? Same thing with Major League Baseball, the NBA. Like I could sit here and go through the all pro sports Hall of Fame. You got open races who are in there. Should they be in there? I mean, like, look, it's about what did you do when you were out there on the field, on the court.
But thing is, if I know where your players are going, I know how to get the ball out of my quarterback's hand as fast as possible.
Okay, and that's fine. I get what you're saying, but it goes back to my question.
To me, it's cheating. And when you raise your kids, you always raise your kids not to lie, not to cheat.
Yes, you're right. You're right. But see,
and
that's
then
the point.
You're telling Belichick it's okay, and you're getting rewarded to lie, steal, and cheat.
That's not what I'm saying to him because it goes back to what I just said.
Hall of Famer, the only thing he did was lie, steal, and cheat.
Okay, so again, it goes back to my other question. If somebody breaks the law, seriously, they break the law, but now they played well, they had a great career, and they've broken the law while they were playing. They did their penalty, they did their time, whatever, community service, whatever it is. When it comes up to the ballot and they're a first ballot, should they be penalized? Because this is what I'm saying to you. It's not just about Belichick and what you're saying, the lying, the cheating, and all of that. Because now we're trying to be, it's all about the moral compass.
Now you're taking it.
No, I'm not. It's the same thing. Because now are you saying that if somebody goes out as a football player and assaults his significant other, but he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, it's okay to physically assault other people?
No.
I'm not taking it other way, taking it too far.
But I'm just saying, when I was using it as Belichick.
No, I get what you're saying.
Belichick, we're only talking about game.
But that's
We're only talking about
no.
how he did his job.
But the point
I
is,
didn't say like, and I get your point, but I get your point.
Mhm.
You're going, hey, you know, he's a criminal. He beat his girl, or he
No, exactly. But
killed somebody. I get it. Yes, there should be some kind of thing.
consequence. See,
There's
now
got to be
you're
a consequence. There's got to be some kind of consequence. You just can't sit there and go, boom. But like,
okay. Then what you're saying is all of them they should not be even though they played as a first ballot. You're saying all of them they shouldn't be first ballot. If you're saying that, then I'm backing off and I'm saying you're being consistent across the board.
but
But if you're
yes,
saying
everybody, yes. If you're uncouth and you're
mhm,
breaking physical abusing somebody or hurting somebody, or now there's players that are in jail right now
mhm,
because of what? They want to
yes,
freaking they're stealing, they're trying to
yes,
sell homes and steal them and
yes, yes.
fraud, and they're in prison. If a guy's in prison, do you think you should be a Hall of Famer? No, you're in fucking prison.
But my point being is there are those who, for whatever reason, they did it and they got off. They just had a great lawyer that got
Yes,
them
I know
off.
what you're
But
talking about.
they did what
Yes,
should they?
and yes, should he not be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah, it should be a consequence.
Okay, so then I back off and I digress. See,
If
you're being consistent.
you're talking about the guy I think you're talking about, yes, he should not be in the Hall of Fame to me.
Okay, so
Wait,
look,
hold on. Once
yeah,
again, my you got T.O. was not a first ballot Hall of Famer just because a reporter did not like him because he didn't like
exactly.
talking to the media. Belichick didn't get in as a first ballot Hall of Famer because they said, "Oh, he stole things." He didn't like talking to the media.
Yes,
So the
yes,
media is the problem,
yes. I agree with you. I'm
and
with
that's
you there.
all I'm saying.
Yes,
If
I'm
you
with you there.
win, I don't like it. Do I think Belichick should have a question mark or a fucking pound sign or whatever one you want to
Asterisk.
call it?
Yes, yes. I'm with
And
you
you
there.
know what I mean? And say, yo, because he cheated, but he's in the Hall of Fame. Okay,
I'm
I'm
with
with
you with
you.
that. I'm with
I
you on
think
that.
Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame,
Yes, yes.
but I think he should have an asterisk next to him that he's in there.
Then
This
we're
is my thing. Like, I do. Do you put him in? Yes. Does he belong on first ballot Hall of Famer? No. But you got to put an asterisk next to his name. You want to
I
put him
get
in
you.
the first ballot Hall of Famer? Great. Just put an asterisk next to his
Yeah, I'm
name.
with you with that.
There's
I'm
the
with you with
issue.
that. And again, I get
But
you, and we're
take
saying
the
the same thing.
reporters the fuck out of the
Yeah,
vote.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. Take them
Just
out.
take all reporters out of the vote. If it's baseball, if it's hockey, whatever it is, just take them all out and let the Hall of Famers pick. And I think
I'm
it
with you
should
there.
be just Hall of Famers.
I'm with you there. I don't have issue with that. I agree.
Hockey, football, basketball, get the Hall of Fame. That's their job. They get paid money every
Yes.
week.
Yeah.
They get a paycheck. You know what they get a paycheck for? Being a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
And let
Mm-hmm.
them have a job.
Exactly.
You get to pick who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame or not. They would love it.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? They would love it. They would think it's fun. I also think they should pick the MVP and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think players it should come more from your peers because it's more because they're
Well,
out there.
they know what they had to go through to
But
become
you're
MVP
out there and you're competing
or
against them. Yes.
Rookie of the Year, whatever.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't.
with you.
I don't like. I do not like the media voting.
No. It's
Do you
either
think
it's either
Theo deserved to be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
he's like right there. It goes either way. I don't have a problem if he got in first ballot or not. You know,
That bothered me that T.O. did not get in the first ballot Hall of Famer
mhm.
because of a reporter saying, "Well, he didn't talk to me, and he didn't like really talk to the media and friend us." Fuck you. Just do your
I'm with
job.
you there. I'm with
He's
you
not
there.
there to try to be your friend.
No, I'm with you there. It what did I say earlier about take the emotion out of things and just go by the facts?
Right.
I mean, I mean,
But,
and there's a
but
lot of people we could debate and go back and forth with this. And you're right. You know, like I
hey,
said,
but I mean, I got Barry Bonds. I put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame, but I put an asterisk next to a name.
yeah, I would too.
Clemens. I put Clemens in the Hall of Fame.
Look, they played in an era where realistically a lot more players were using. It's just that, and look, Bonds never technically got caught. It's just that you said somebody else said that they did, did yada yada
Right.
yada,
He
but there
never
was
got
no,
tested. He never
yeah,
failed for a test
yeah. So it's
because
like,
what he did was he said, "I'm out. I bounce.
yeah,
I leave. You want to drug test me? I'm out. I'm going."
yeah. So again, again the subjective aspect of it. The reporters. Yeah, you're right. You know, um,
But I think that would help. I think it would help
he's there
more
to talk to the media,
if the
sharing his.
reporters didn't vote.
I can tell you, Jay, personally, I hated talking to the media in college, man, because they twist your words around or they
Yep.
make it, they skew it towards their narrative. It's
Yep.
like, all right, you know what? If that's what you're going to do, because the one thing I hate is somebody putting words in my mouth. That's not what I
And that's what
said.
they do.
Now, if
They
you say you misunderstood, okay, this is different. Or I didn't understand or I misinterpreted, but don't put words in my mouth, man. I hate it. I hate that. Oh, you said this. No, I didn't. I said A, B, C, D. Don't tell me I said E, F, G.
yes.
No, no, no,
I'm
no.
with you 100% on
Yeah.
that. That's what
Get
they
out of my
do.
face. Get out of my
They
face with that.
spin the
Yeah.
media
Yeah.
shit around the way they interpreted shit. And
And
that's
and
what they do.
and ladies and gentlemen, the media are like that because we support them and we fall prey to the things they're skewing. It's half the times if we just critically think, we wouldn't fall for all of it. So, but let's get back to your feeling about now about your Eagles. How do you feel your Eagles season was?
It's a failure.
Is it failure because they didn't make the Super Bowl and win, or what?
No, it's a failure because you can't just go into the wild and winning the Super Bowl and then just go into the wild card
Mm-hmm.
and not succeed. It's hard to go to back to didn't
Mm-hmm.
expect that. But you got to get past the wild.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are the Super Bowl champion. You got to get past at least the wild card. Now, if
Mm-hmm.
you would have went, moved on from the wild card and you were out, all right. I didn't like some of the things that happened this year with the Eagles, but all right, at least you went past the wild card. You couldn't make the
Mm-hmm.
wild card. You couldn't beat the wild card team. You could barely got in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're one and done. You're in the wild card. You've been the Super Bowl champions. They're
Mm-hmm.
headhunting for you. They have you circled on their calendar,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you failed. I think it's a failure to me
Okay.
because you didn't. If you would have went maybe the second one, maybe the third. I know you're not going to make the Super Bowl, and then lost. I'm okay with that. Not the wild card. You can't just make the wild card. You know what I
Well,
mean?
how are you feeling about this off season with certain plans, or what are some of the plans you've been hearing about the Eagles? Now I know they lost their offensive line coach is one of them, and many of you guys are not happy with it. But some of the other things associated with their off season.
Now we got we got rid of our coordinator. We lost our offensive line coach. We lost our cornerback coach. We lost some defensive coaches, and now people are like, "Oh, the offensive coordinator that we got from Green
That's true.
Bay, oh,
Mhm.
he's the next Andy Reid." He never called a play in his life. How do you know he's the friggin' next Andy Reid? So I mean, like, I'm up on airs with it. You know what I mean? I'm just
Mhm.
in the air
Mhm.
right now with it. I don't know what to think. I don't know if this guy's going to be a good play caller or not. I mean, we just had every time we do this, and we have a guy that does not know how to call plays.
Mhm. Mhm.
He was shit. Johnson was Jalen Hurts' daddy's best friend, had milk and cookies with him. He's signed. Now we went with Kevin Batula, never called plays before. He's signed. Now we're going to get another guy. He looks like the fucking Sandman from goddamn Spider-Man. So, just don't know what I got, Coach. I don't know what I got.
Well, I mean, we're still in.
I'm losing Lane Johnson, and it looks like I'm losing Lane Johnson and our offense. Two guys from our offensive line might retire. And then there's people out there that want to get rid of friggin' one of your best wide receivers. And then you have your defense that you had to bring all back, and you only have $20 million to do all this. You get rid of friggin' AJ Brown is dumb because of the salary cap hit. People are like, well, that don't, you can go, what happens if the salary cap didn't exist? It does exist. Well, you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. Who's taking a pay cut? Who's going to restructure their contract to get these defensive players in? Right now, I'm worried what the Eagles are going to do. I mean, I got faith that they're going to handle shit right, but that's faith. You never know what's going to happen. Football, man. You never know what's going to happen.
What are you looking for? What
they do?
What are you hoping they do during this off season? In other words, are you looking to address a certain position to help re-strengthen it, or do you have a certain player that you think your team can sign during free agency? I mean, is there a particular rookie you think would fit well? I mean, what is it that you're looking for from the Eagles?
We got to get a safety. We need corners. What are we doing with Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter? Because you got to sign them. Are they both? I think they're both going to be getting paid a lot of money. Like, I think they're going to sign like over $100 million contracts. So, see what happens. I don't know what they're going to do. I think you're going to have to trade some people, and you're going to have to restructure a lot of people's contracts.
Okay. Hold a minute. What is my daughter saying to me? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that.
You good?
Well, in terms of the Giants, I was happy that we finally made the coaching change. I do like, how this coaching staff is constructed. I know a lot of people initially did not like the OC hire. They had questions, especially after what's his name was hired by Cleveland. But bringing in Roman to be the run game coordinator, because now they kind of offset each other's weaknesses. They help strengthen it. So offensively, I like what you're doing. Defensively, I don't have a problem with Wilson. I definitely like what they're doing. And again, the level of experience that is in this staff is only going to help Dart in the long run. So that's something that I really appreciate and I look forward to. And then overall, you're just like you. What are we doing? I do wonder offensively if we're going to change some of the linemen. Are we going to be more like Harper was in Baltimore with a little bit more size and power? But then again, Nagy has been a little bit more of I don't want to say a finesse, but he's used linemen who are a little bit more quicker and they weren't as hefty. So I do think we need to focus on our offensive line. If we stay at 5, personally, if I'm the Giants, I'm trading out of number 5 if I can. Now it takes 2 to tango, but if we can trade back and get, extra picks, I would do that, and preferably if we can get a pick going into next year, depending on how
Right,
far
because
back you move.
you don't need a quarterback, and you don't need um yeah, I would that would be a good move for you. You drop
Yeah,
back.
the thing is, now,
Don't drop back too far, but drop back enough.
no, I mean, look, if you can drop back to 10,
Right.
I'm cool with that. Or even
If you're
drop
that's
to
what I mean. If you still start in the top
13-ish.
10,
Yeah, I mean, if you do 13-ish, then are you getting a first round draft pick next year? I'm
right.
saying right now, if you drop to say like 13, I need a first round draft pick next year. If you do that,
But
I'm good.
if you get a first round pick next year, that's you would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, if you do that and you say you get a third rounder this year, I'm doing that because there is the offensive lineman from Penn State that I really do like. I think he would fit in perfectly in any scheme, whether it's a gap scheme, or whether it's a zone concept. I think he would do well. There's plenty of receivers. Everyone talks about the receivers, but there's receivers you can get later in the draft because there's plenty of receivers. This is a draft that's filled with receivers. And I've been going through and I've been looking at some of the film at some of these receivers, and I'm like, oh wow, this kid is better than I thought. So overall, do the Giants still have to fill key spots? Yes. Like receiver. What are you doing with Wandale Robinson? Because if he goes, you only have Neighbors who's coming back from injury, and then after that you have Slayton, and then other guys who they're more practice squad or your fifth or fourth round receiver. So you definitely need either a true number two or a good number three. Also a slot receiver. So you need that. And then defensively, when you can make the argument for cornerback. Safety is do you want another one? Because you got Holland, you got Newbin. Newbin is only going into his third year, but there are Giants fans who are not happy with linebackers, interior defensive linemen, maybe as a backup to Dexter. Maybe you get a backup nose tackle. So I mean,
Offensive line coach.
hold on a second. They just
And do you think they go for Stoutland?
No,
Now.
they already have an offensive line coach. They just hired someone.
Oh, they just did?
Yeah, they released. I
thought he was going to go. I thought Stoutland was going to go to use. Man, I was panicking.
Oh, there were a lot of people who wanted that. So hold on, let me see. Where is the Ross? I mean, the coaching staff. They just announced it, I think yesterday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, hold on. I'm taking a look right now on Twitter X. I had it before. I'm trying to find it. Willie Taggart. Is it? I think it's Mike Bloomgren. Damn. There's so much Giants. Oh, here it is. Tim Kelly. Yeah, Mike Bloomgren is the offensive line. Here, I'll share it with you so you can see. This is off of Twitter. But here's the announced staff, and Mike Bloomgren is the offensive line coach. You have Brian Callahan, who was the Titans head coach, is the quarterback coach. Chad Hall's receiver. Tim Kelly, the tight end. Greg Newsome is the assistant offensive line. Nolan Ryan is football analytics. Greg Roman is the offensive assistant, run game coordinator. Willie Taggart's running backs. Mike Schneider is quality control, and another offensive. Adam Schreck is the other offensive quality control. But yeah, that's their coaching staff.
John Harbaugh made a lot of moves on his for his coaching.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we'll see. Like I said, we got to get the guys back, and like I said, trade, and
Excited
then
for
what do
your
you do in the
running
draft?
watch your running back again. I can't wait the next year when your running back gets back on. I like watching that kid run.
The question is, are they going to use him as the true bell cow, or are they going to draft another one, or get someone in free
Right.
agency? I've heard free agency talks about, a couple of running backs coming over from, I even heard that, they were looking at Pacheco, and I'm like, if you put Pacheco with
He
Tracy
runs
and
like
him,
Mike Allstott, dude. I like
yeah,
that kid. That kid runs like Mike Allstott. He just runs so hard.
yeah, and yes, Jay, there's talent, that they've said that they're going to bring over from the Ravens, because every new coach usually brings in some players from his previous
Yep.
spot. So I'm intrigued. I'm excited to see what happens. And the offensive and defensive systems that they're going, because this is free agency and the draft are going to kind of give me an indication of what to expect. I am expecting Denard, because I know he loves press cornerbacks. People hate Deontay Banks, but Banks was good under Wink when Wink was playing him as a press corner. But then you played a little bit more, a lot more zone the last 2 years, which kind of stunning his growth. So does it help get him back, or is he a total waste? So does that mean you draft a cornerback? So again, what are you doing free agency, or are you ready to train him up, and hopefully he goes out there and does well? So again, if he does well and as a press corner, Adebo was originally a press corner anyway. So that means you're going to be a lot more aggressive. So that's the thing that I want to see, defensively. How aggressive are you? What you're doing with your backers. So, but I'm really excited to see what the Giants are going to do. I do think as a whole, the NFC East is going to be a lot tougher. One of the things I do think John Harbaugh will do, and many of us Giants fans have been saying that, we need to play to our division, and you got to be physical on both sides of the lines. And I think we're going to be a lot more physical. And then also, what are you going to do with Tibbs? Because some people will say trade him and get whatever you can. Where I'm like, no, first of all, he's our most physical edge in the run game. Carter and Burns, they're pass rushers. I get it. But when the Giants were good, what was one of the things that they had? A lot of edge rushers, and they would get you in third and long, and then bring in NASCAR and get after you. So, I'm like I said, I'm excited to see, and I'm ready to look. I'm like, damn, we got to wait all this time until football season now, and I'm like,
Just to find out what you got.
yeah. So, and look, I'm excited here. I'm even excited for my Scarlet Knights. I love their defensive coaches they hired. So I'm so ready for football now. Normally I'm just like, all right, I'll wait and see how it goes. I'm like, damn, can we already get to the I'm never like this. I'm like, can we get to the field already? Just get rid of the rest of the year and let's start
I'm over
football
here.
season.
I'm over here. I'm like you right now. Like, what the fuck's happening with my team?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
I just won a Super Bowl though, and I'm like, what the fuck happened to my team?
Exactly. So, all right. So, I know you said you got your with your wife. Are you guys are streaming that, right?
Yeah, we're gonna stream that in a little bit.
All right. So you'll make sure you guys tap in to halftime. He's going to be streaming with Mrs. So it'll be a treat there. I'll be back.
Halftime gaming stream, and yeah, it's
You're
gonna
going to
be
do it on
interesting.
YouTube?
Yeah, it's gonna be on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Miss Halftime's gonna be on there. I'm gonna be on there. And
Okay. Okay. Well, tap in for a
she
little
has
bit.
her channel.
Okay. Okay.
And
Anything tomorrow?
I think we're gonna stream again. See how it goes.
Okay.
We're gonna do since there's no sports for a
Yeah,
couple of
that's
weeks.
right.
We're gonna be
I
streaming
forgot
games.
everything. Yeah, hockey's in the Olympics and the NBA is on whatchamacallit. So yeah, you're
They're
right.
on the All-Star break.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So all right, well there you have it. I'll be back on Tuesday. Cave and I are bringing back the WNBA She Got game, so we'll be talking about the women's game, not just the the Unrivaled, a little bit more. So stuff that we got in Tuesday, Heart of the City with NYG. So definitely got some things. So I'm getting back into the swing of things. So was trashing the 3-point contest. Oh, they were doing that now? Oh, I didn't even know that. So there you have it. So all right. So but I appreciate everyone for being here. You guys phenomenal today. The interaction, everything, even the guilty pleasure conversation. So
you guys blew it up today. I thought
yeah.
that was going to go wrong, Coach, but you know what?
Jay has a question for you. He says, are you going to lose to the wife again?
Yes. If I know it's good for me.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
So
How it goes.
right. Yeah, so exactly, Vic, exactly. So appreciate everyone who's been rocking with us, those of you since the beginning, and everyone who's been in and out. Appreciate you. I know we went a little bit longer, but we've been away for a while, so giving you a little bit more. So,
awesome day. It was
great
awesome.
job.
I didn't think it was going to go that good, but Coach, it lit up, man.
Yeah.
I thought everybody going to take that wrong.
Nah, I kind of got it. So, no problem, Blaze. Appreciate you as always, man. I'll see you later. So,
See you, Blaze.
But I'll be back next, like I said, Wednesday, and with the Pick and Roll podcast too. So I'll be there too. So, and we'll be back next week. So make sure you guys tap in. But we're gonna get ready to get out of here. So before we do, what do you always say when we get out of here?
Catch you guys on the rebound. Peace.
Peace.
We gather round for the halftime chat. Old friends cracking jokes and talking stats. From life's little games to the greatest plays. Love and the stories from the old glory days. With Philly's heart and Coach's cheer, we break it down every moment, dear. Life is a team and we've got the plan. Sports, love, and laughter, that's who we am.